What is up, everybody? Thanks for joining me tonight. This is Inside the Coils. Greatly appreciate seeing y'all here tonight. This is a semi-pro first time live stream podcast, whatever you want to say, because we've got our microphone now, folks. It was actually pretty cool little story. I had a guy that watches the channel email me this week, and he said, "Hey, I have a microphone sitting around and I'm not using it, and I enjoy what you're doing. They enjoy watching live stream, the channel in general. They're like, I would love you to have this microphone," because they have no use for it, and they thought may as well give it to somebody that can use it. So John, thank you very much, dude. I appreciate it. That is John C. Not to be confused with John and Christine from Triforce, but John from John C down in Florida. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it, dude. It meant the world to me that someone reached out to me and was so willing to give me something like a microphone to, help hopefully improve the vocal content. Maybe that was John's way of telling me that my laptop's vocal capabilities kind of sucked. I don't know, but I greatly appreciate it, John. I really, really do. It is a really cool gesture, dude. I greatly appreciate it. So tonight, everybody, we've got my brother Chris from B&S Reptilia. You guys all know I love kicking it with Chris. Not only is he an awesome friend, and he's also a sponsor of the channel, so I greatly appreciate having him on. But the friendship that we have developed over time here is just absolutely out of this world. Absolutely appreciate all of his support and his friendship and everything. So let's bring Chris out. We'll say hi to everybody in the chat because Chris knows all these people too anyway. So let's bring Chris out. Get off the phone, Chris. Come on now.
Hey, I don't know anybody. I'm innocent. I know nothing.
Hey, all right. Now, you've got a shirt on that I don't have. That's not.
Do you know why you don't have a shirt?
Because I didn't go to Florida.
That's right. You get your sweet ass down to Daytona next year. For real. I had at least, I'm glad you brought it up, because I had at least 5 people ask me, where's Jeremy at?
Are you serious?
I shit you not. I had at least 5 people ask me. I swear.
Oh, yeah. Dude, that's cool and funny all at the same time, dude.
No, Jolly was my partner in crime down there, man.
Oh, that could be a dangerous duo.
We got
I could be a trio, technically.
Yeah. We got pretty lit Saturday night at the auction. It was a good time.
Oh, geez, dude. I wish I could have went. I really do care. I do believe if I would have went, I would have came back to living in a cardboard box. Possibly.
Next year, family vacation. Just bring everybody.
That's true. And plus, Kara and the kids can go with your wife and the kids, and they can just go do mom-kid things, and we can go do snaky things.
Yeah, we can go get wasted.
Oh, no. Business stuff, Chris. We don't mention the wasted part.
Oh, sorry.
You're driving. Might watch this in the plane's screwed.
Everything's a write-off.
Well, see, that's the thing. I got to get my LLC. I freaking didn't get to do that yet this year. My tax guy never got a hold of me, and then I got caught up in all sorts of stuff. And, yeah, I dropped the ball on it. But, hey, we will get it done. It will be done. It's got to be done for next year. It's got to be done next year. I got to quit prolonging it because gotta drop the money on those things, expand, drop some decent cash. So it would have been a very beneficial thing to have the LLC done already.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But there's plenty more expansion. I got the other room. That'll be a tax write-off.
Yeah. You never know what year you got that stuff. Who knows?
No, that's true. I don't think Ed dated that receipt for me, so I could always just have him all of a sudden date it next time I see him.
Yeah, dates. Who needs dates?
Let's go through and say hi to everybody. Yeah. We've got Derek from D&K Reptiles. What's up, Derek? Thanks for tuning in. Everybody, if things move a little bit slower for going through the chat and all that stuff, it's because I had to disconnect the mouse from the USB so I could use the microphone, and then the webcam's hooked up to the other USB port. So I've got to get a 4-port thing now, and yeah, so I'm using the little touchpad. Things are a little bit slower tonight. I apologize.
Nobody cares.
They might, especially Danny. We all know Danny appreciates speed.
He's not going to be here tonight.
You never, dude. think about that auction the other night. We all thought Danny was gone, and he popped up out of nowhere.
It was like a bit.
That was freaking hilarious, though. Oh my god. Phil, what's up, my brother? Good to see you in the chat tonight.
Oh man,
I don't think Phil would be any other place than here on his Sunday nights.
Appreciate
it. Phil's always in the chat. Greatly appreciate it, bro. Great to see you. We got John. Oh wait, did it? There we go. John from Inquiline. Thank you very much, John, for tuning in. John is a channel member, folks. So if you're interested in becoming a channel member, there is a link in the description down below. Go ahead, click it, check it out. There's some nice little benefits to it. I need to work on fine-tuning some things. I was going to try to do a member live I guess yesterday, but I think it was only Ashley and Nikita were the only ones that got back to me about if they would have been able to attend it, and they weren't sure if they were able to attend it. So all right, well, we're going to just try to wait and see until I can get everybody to respond, or at least a couple people. So good to see you, John. Thanks for tuning in, and thank you very much, dude, for all the support. And we've got Kike, the one and only hype man in the whole entire industry. Kike is everywhere. He's probably got about 6 phones out right now watching every other live stream that could possibly be going on.
Yeah, I had such a good time with him down in Daytona, man. It was awesome. I was like, yo, it was Friday night. I'm like, yo, they're doing hair down at this, this Airbnb. I'm like, come on, let's go. We're going. Like, your wife gonna let you go. And he's like, I'll let you know. And then later on, he was like, yeah, let's do it. And I was like, yeah. We were all out to the Airbnb together. It was a good time. That's where we met like Stan and Emilio. We met like everybody there. Yeah, Joey D, Justin from Pressure Pythons, Aaron, who had the house. It was a good time.
Awesome, dude. Kike, I can imagine, would be a fun guy to kick it back with. He just seems really laid back, but he seems like he would be the right guy that knows how to have a good time, too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He was straightforward, straight-laced. It's a good time.
And Kike, how's that new carpet coming, dude? I saw some of the latest reels and stuff on it.
Not biting them anymore.
Not biting you anymore and looking stunning.
That's awesome.
Jeff and Angie, my brother and sister, what's up? Good to see you in the chat tonight. Thanks for tuning in. And I am so looking forward to seeing and having that awesome mail I'm getting from you. He should be here this week, dude. I'm like freaking like a kid on waiting for Christmas Day to come.
You better see pics.
Dude, trust me. All right.
I want to see your pics.
I will take pics as soon as he gets here, and they will go up on Instagram because I think it's been probably almost a month since I've done anything with Instagram. So,
serious? Why are you such a bum?
Dude, man, I don't know. I can't give you a good excuse.
You can take pictures anytime, and you can post anytime. You're in this big room, so you can just take pictures of whatever. Take pictures of a big pile of poop, post it. People get a kick out of that.
I guess maybe. I don't know. Like, I feel like sometimes they get tired of seeing my same shit. I'm not like you where I've got like hundreds of different snakes that, till you get to taking a picture of the same snake, people forgot you had it. People can't forget mine. Plus, everything I want to take a picture of is exantic. And then all you guys are going to give me a whole raft of crap for just taking pictures of a black and white snake.
That's all right. That's what we do. That's all you can see anyway, right?
Hey, the world color's overrated, dude. I'm telling you. You guys just need to get some glasses that take all the color away, and you'll be set. Nathan, what's up, brother? Good to see you. The one and only. Super, super excited for not this weekend, but the following. That's going to be a fun time down there.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Bring it chat.
Dude, I think actually I'm going by myself. I don't think Kara or anybody's coming.
Are you sleeping over?
Get
Danny lit.
You're gonna get Danny lit?
Well, that'd be fun. Yeah, what do you think?
Isn't Danny always lit?
Not always. Well, Friday night. Yeah, this is Saturday. I don't know.
I'll have to see. We'll have to. Kara would probably kill me if I did. be gone all day Saturday, come home Sunday, be basically down here cleaning snakes and waters and all that stuff all day, disappear at night for the live stream. Dude, I'd be like, she'd have the whole freaking dug, I do believe.
It's the rough life of a snake breeder, man.
It's the rough life of being married to a redhead that's 6'1", and you know what she's capable of.
I'm sorry she didn't carry you when you guys got married. She carried you across through the door. Take me.
Take
awesome.
me to the room.
Jen's taller than me, too. It's funny when she puts on heels. It's like, hey.
Hi.
I like it.
Ed, what's up, bro? Thanks for tuning in.
Edward.
Gonna give this man a shout out because Chris will even confirm it. If you guys need a top of the line PVC enclosure or acrylic display cases or even hybrid display cases where the PVC and acrylic, hit this man up.
I saw that. That's very nice.
Dude, as soon as he posted this, man, I'm like, how much is it, Ed?
Yeah, I had him at the show. I like him.
And the best part was he goes, well, he told me the price. He goes, but since you'll want it in black, he goes, it's going to be a little bit more. I was like, actually, believe it or not, it's like white's okay for this because I put the white bedding down anyway, so black wouldn't matter.
You get it in that green, man.
Well, see, that green is like it's like a really thin overlay.
It's all right.
I guess I could.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll work something out with that.
He's working the night shift.
Now the thing is that if I do request green, I get to blame it on you because Ed heard it here clear as day. It was your freaking idea. It wasn't my idea. You planted the idea.
That'll make it happen. Ed's the man.
Dude, he is the man. Like these enclosures, guys, some of the stuff he's built for Chris, stuff he's built for Nathan. Oh my God.
He always tells me how busy he is, but then like I'll tell him I need something, and in like 3 weeks he's like, "So you want that? It's done." I'm like, "What?" Jesus Christ, Ed!
It's because Ed takes care of his friends and family, dude.
He does. Good guy.
Rob, what's up, dude? Thanks for tuning in. Good to see you. We got Jolly in the house. What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in. Good to see us.
Everything's backwards in these damn things.
That was good though. Let's see here. We got Jason from Earl's Exotics. What's up? Thanks for tuning in, dude.
Jason.
Tara from Voodoo Doll Royals. What's up?
You met Tara last Gettysburg, didn't you?
Well, yeah. She came over and she was talking to me there for a little while. Actually, we had a good conversation.
Yep.
Let's see. Here we got Eric's Morph Factory. What's up? Thanks for tuning in.
Eric, what's up? It's very good apple juice, Phil.
Jolly says you're looking pretty fly for a white guy, dude.
Thanks, Brad.
Leon, what's up? LKB Pythons. Thanks for tuning in. We got Luke in the house. We got Scott, the one and only that got the snake stolen from him last time we had this rolling. Let's see here. Jeff and Angie, you want it Wednesday or Thursday? It doesn't matter to me, guys. Whichever is easiest for you to get it shipped out, you let me know and I'll pick it up. I'll just tell where, hey, I won't be able to pick it up first thing. I'll have to pick it up later on in the day, but I'll just tell them, hey, I gotta leave by X amount of time, and yeah. It's a great thing about shipping at the hubs or the ship centers. You don't have to be there exactly.
That's right.
But yeah, you just let me know whenever you guys want to send it, and that's fine with me. I'm just anxious to get him. Oh, there's the man that made this higher quality audio possible, John Clark. What's up, John? Thanks for tuning in, dude, and thank you so much for the microphone, man.
Thanks,
I
John.
really do appreciate it. I even said to Chris, I sent in our group chat, I was like, Chris, you need to get on here. I need a sound check. Because I didn't know technology and me don't always get along. It seemed like it was plug and play, but things have always derailed me before. We've got John and Christine from Triforce. What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in.
What's up, John and Christine?
Let's see here. We got Morph Kings as well. What's up? Thanks for tuning in.
Morph Kings. What's up, man? Forget his first.
Main Squeeze. What's up? Thanks for tuning in. And that catches us up, I do believe.
All right.
Bose has got it right here. Smash that like, please, everybody. Smash that like. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, please. We're here every Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, doing this. And then one video every Wednesday. You guys get to find out what's going on here, what's hatching, all that good stuff. I am going to be – there is going to be 2 new pickup videos coming out. They both have to be filmed because now that it's harder to get a hold of Dom now that he's working. So now not only do I have to time it between when he's here and when he's at his mom's house, but now I've got to, compete with his job. So it makes everything that much more difficult to get filmed. And some of these videos, I really need him to, be here. That way you guys get a better camera view and all that good stuff. Better show. Clint just hopped in here. What's up, Clint? Tight Grip Pythons. What's up, dude? Thanks for tuning in, bro. Good to see you.
Guess what? I got to meet Clint in Daytona.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, you didn't.
Was he one that wanted to know where I was?
He might have been, yeah. I think he was actually, yeah. Believe it or not, I do think so. I think he was like tapping me on the shoulder. He's like, "Where's Jeremy?" And I'm like, "Who are you?" He was like, "Hey, Clint." And I'm like, it took me a second, and I'm like, "I know I've talked to you." And then we talked for a couple seconds. I was like, "Oh yeah." Yep.
That's funny.
It's funny stuff.
Man, it's neat. It's a neat feeling that people look for you just because people I'd never know, at all.
Oh yeah.
And it's just this made it possible. It's a really freaking awesome feeling and everything.
It was wild. I flew by on like a couple hours of sleep each night just because I was so mentally stimulated by all the people and the conversations. Like I'd go to bed and I'd wake up like, all right, let's go. It didn't matter. I got 5 hours of sleep the night before, or 4 or 6. It didn't matter. It was like,
and then Jens are hitting you, get your butt back to bed, Chris.
It's that Florida air, man. Nicole knows what it's like.
Holly, Texoma Exotics, what's up, girls? Good to see you. I had a blast last night. Finally got to join you all.
Yeah, finally got on one.
Dude, yeah, like that's the second one I got to be on. It was great to hang out with everybody. It's really fun showing snakes off. Feels like I don't get to do that a whole lot.
That was a pretty good time. That was a full panel. It was like rapid fire.
Dude, it was. I felt so bad for her. Like,
that was awesome. Kept
one person put a snake away and another person had one up already.
How late did you stay on the backstage?
Oh God, it was late.
It was like after 12.
It was too late. I'll say that. Put it this way, till I got done hanging out backstage, and I actually had to do something else last night. I forget what I had to do. Oh, it was like 12:30 till I got off backstage. And I went upstairs, and then I made myself supper finally. And luckily, I was telling them all backstage, and I don't know if you were there when I was saying about it, but
I did that early. I did that quick.
Okay. I had General Tso's chicken the day before, and I had leftovers of that. And Kara threatened me that she was going to eat it. So I didn't know what I was going to have for supper. But I got up there, and General Tso's chicken was still there, so that's what I had for supper.
Yeah.
It was like 2:30 till I got to bed. I started watching Vikings again, and I'm stuck watching, that's like a drug itself to me. It's just Vikings, Game of Thrones, that stuff, dude. It's like, once I start watching, I can't stop watching it. And then I looked, it's 2:30, so I went to bed, and then Hudson had me up at 7 o'clock.
I was just gonna say another hour, he's up, right?
Yeah, basically, it was free. It was
7. That's not too bad. At least the sun was up. At least the sun's up.
I was still a hurting pup, though, dude. Like, I was a big hurting pup.
What's up, Mark?
Mark, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Good to see you. All right, let's go ahead and thank the sponsors of this week's episode. Everybody, as you can tell, all the sponsors are up above. And if Chris points up, you'll notice we've got a new sponsor that everyone should probably be.
How did he get on?
What's that?
Who invited him on this train?
Dude, it was funny. I sent him a text the next day after the auction, and like I know Junior hit send, and he sent me a text saying about he's like, hey, we need to talk about a sponsorship thing here. Fine. He goes, I think it's about time I finally do it. And like at first I thought he was screwing with me.
I was just gonna say
because I sent him a text about that snake that he won.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought he was screwing with me at first. But anyway, needless to say, Danny from DTMG, everybody, can no longer complain about commercials because he is a commercial now.
I don't want to hear it again.
I say he can never again complain about it.
If I hear it in 2 weeks at the get together, I'm gonna sick Sharon and Christine on him, and we're gonna have a replay of Summer Danny. Just remember that.
Hey, you know what though? At least this time I'll be able to see it. Last time I missed it.
I got the pictures so we were good.
We need video proof though, Chris. We need video proof.
Pictures were funny enough.
Oh, I bet. You know what I didn't do? Hold on, give me 1 second here. I forgot. Because I'm going to try to do couple of things a little bit differently here tonight. We're gonna refine things a little bit here tonight. It's good way to refine. I wish I had my mouse hooked up though, because sometimes I feel like I get really slurred, or like not slurred, but when I'm talking about things and stuff, like for the commercials and ads and stuff, it feels like sometimes I'm a little screwy with it, So we're gonna, because since I don't have Danny's memorized yet either, because I've only heard it one other time basically from doing the editing. So, all right, we're gonna go ahead and thank the sponsors of this week's episode, folks. And you guys can all blame Danny for this being a whole nother 28 seconds longer. So I greatly appreciate everybody. Make sure you guys give all the sponsors.
It's a paid ad. Look out.
Chris faded. He's
quick, run the commercial.
All right, so let's go ahead and thank the sponsors of this week's episode, everybody. Let me get rid of. Man, I really need to get that 4-port thing. All right, here we go. Are you ready to take it to the next level? Then check out DTMG Pythons. Danny is best known for his awesome clown ball python projects. This year's focus is Confusion, Hurricane, and Disco Inferno clowns. He also specializes in high-end crested gecko morphs such as Exantic, Lily White, and Exantic Lily Whites, along with the Deadpool line of gargoyle geckos. Check out his morph market and Instagram, DTMG Pythons. Just buy it. And then we've also got
Gettysburg Reptile Expo LLC is located at the All-Star Event Complex in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. It's a 45,000 square foot venue with 125 plus vendors and top quality breeders, along with 270 plus tables. If you're looking for a python, boa, colubrid, gecko, lizard, or amphibian, you've come to the right place. Doesn't matter if you're a breeder looking for that missing piece to your project or a pet owner looking for your next scaly friend, Gettysburg Reptile Expo LLC has you covered. Need an incubator or rack system? They have you covered with sea serpents set up there to meet all your needs.
The next show dates are November 11th of 2023, March 23rd, and July 20th of 2024.
Show times are from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Make sure to check them out on their website, Instagram, and Facebook. Mark your calendars because this is one show you don't want to miss. So I'll see you at Gettysburg Reptile Expo LLC.
That's right, everybody. Gettysburg Reptile Expo LLC is rapidly approaching, so mark your calendars.
It'll be here before you know it.
This awesome dude there. You'll see me there. You'll basically see you will see all the sponsors there. That's actually kind of funny now that I think about it. You'll see all the sponsors there, guys, and we've all got awesome stuff. And we've also, now I've been doing these shout outs long enough. I can do this stuff off the top of my head. I don't need the videos or anything for that. But we've got Nathan of Infinite Possible Pythons, everybody. And you guys all know Nathan is the guy to go to if you want to get into the Bang project. Bang is the next big thing, in my opinion. It just amplifies so much. It looks good in just about everything that I've seen so far. Definitely something for you guys to keep an eye out for and get into. He said, go to him if you're interested in the Bang gene. And on top, he's doing scaleless corn snakes, kahua geckos, leachianus geckos, crested geckos. Yeah, that's all the geckos. that's a long list of geckos, guys. He's got some beautiful stuff. Also, with the ball python thing, he's also got a lot of amazing ball python projects going on, guys. Hatching out some killer stuff. So make sure you go check him out. He is also your one-stop shop for all of your branding needs. So if you need those backdrops, the tablecloths for the shows, the big banners, any of that stuff, merch, business cards, stickers, Nathan's is a one-stop shop for all that stuff, guys. Just go to him, let him know I sent you, and he'll take care of you. And then we've got the man, the myth, the legend that's joining us tonight, Chris at B&S Reptilia, which is your one-stop shop for basically any reptile you want, unless it's a lizard. Can't help you with the lizard at the moment.
No, not yet.
If you want to get a badass ball python, he's got a lot of beautiful lace stuff. I saw some beautiful clown stuff he's got coming up for grabs, or maybe it's already up for grabs. I don't know.
We'll show some stuff.
Beautiful stuff. You're going to see some of it tonight. And on top of it, you've got blood pythons, boas, different types of colubrids like Mexican black king snakes, which are phenomenal looking. And some really beautiful bull snakes and pine snakes as well. Like, I've never seen that many colors come out of one clutch of eggs, like it did with the bulls and the pines. That was freaking phenomenal. He was showing me that stuff. My mind was blown by it, folks. And also, if you're on the eastern side of PA or you don't mind making a drive, Chris can hook you up with rats, and he is Pennsylvania's distributor of Cocoa to Go and the Chipper. Best cocoa substrate on the market, folks. Or at least that's my opinion on it. I love it. I've switched to it. I don't plan on switching away from it. Definitely the best stuff that I've used so far. And Chris is the distributor for us. And if you're not in PA and you're interested in trying it, hit Chris up anyway. He can probably get you hooked up with your local distributor as well.
Sure can.
And then, last but not least, got John and Christine of Triforce Morphs, everybody. They are a force to be reckoned with. If you can't find what you're looking for from there, genetic-wise, I don't know where to send you. They've got just about everything under the sun that you can think of. Combos, the genes, like they've got it all, folks. Like I don't know how else to put it. They're big in the Citron Clown Pied project, the Matter project, like the Gray Matter stuff like that. Absolutely phenomenal. Lace. Mm-hmm. That's where I got my lace stuff from. They've got some phenomenal looking lace stuff. It's like probably some of the best lace around, in all honesty. Check them out. They've also got crested geckos as well. And last live, they were here doing our very first sponsor auction. So they will be up again in the near future. So make sure you guys keep an eye out for that. The next one, though.
Stay away from that.
What's that?
You gotta stay away from that next auction.
Dude, the next auction, everybody's gonna be kind of dangerous.
I know. I cut out halfway through the first one. I had to dip out, but this one I'm gonna listen in. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
This next one, everybody, Danny's got it. Danny's running it. Danny's bringing some heat to it. So it's definitely gonna be.
He's bringing some of his stuff. Nice.
Yeah, Danny's gonna have some. He's got the next auction, so it's gonna be pretty. Who knows? All I know is he said he's got to take vacation the next day, so that means that's telling me there's a lot of snakes.
When I hear fire sale, I'm ready.
It might be a fire sale, maybe. Who knows? You never know with Danny. Ken, what's up, dude? Thanks for tuning in. Phil right here says Chris has amazing stuff. Yes, he does.
Thank you, Phil.
I know when I always enjoy going, like, I never know what to go and look at when I'm at Chris's. There's like so much. It's like, where do you start? I mean, we all know the one place where I go, like the carpet pythons. I think the first thing I always look at, isn't it? Like I always go to that one enclosure. Like I walk in the house, and it's like boom. I just go straight to look at that beautiful jungle carpet.
You can't walk past it and not see it.
No, like I can't help it. I really can't help it. All right, dude. So, how's everything going? Give us some updates as to what you've got cooking up over there. Yeah, all that good stuff.
Oh man, things are cruising. We're probably like we're almost done. Our last colubered clutch hatched yesterday, and then last ball python clutch. The last clutch I thought we had was laid about 2 weeks ago, and then last week I pulled another one that was a surprise.
Oh, hey, that's a good
That
surprise,
was-
though.
Yeah, so I think that was 28 for the year, and we're pretty much done. I mean, we might have a straggler here and there, but nothing really looks good. If I used my ultrasound like I should, I would have a better understanding. But I'm horrible with that, so. But that's not bad. That's enough. That's plenty. I hit. There's one thing I didn't hit on some combos, but it is what it is. You'll have that. But I hit a lot of other cool things that'll really help. Push the collection stuff for holdbacks. Not as many as last year, but still though a good amount.
So I know you had some of that stuff. What was that one that I really loved? I think it's the red Xanthic or something like that.
It might have been the red Xanthic and the Lori combos. Yeah, we'll look at them.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
that one you had there. That thing was.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yep. It was a spider with those two. It was a spider, Lori, had red Xanthic.
The one I'm thinking of had leopard in it.
Nah, there was no leopard in it. That was the Lori and the het red combo with pastel. You thought it had leopard in it, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
we'll show that one
You're
off
right.
tonight. Yeah, pretty good. We did one litter of boas earlier on. Well, not earlier on, normal timing. And we have hopefully Doomerals going, but they usually don't go until like October, so we got a little bit of time. We'll see what happens. I'm not sure where they're at. They're tough. They're one of the toughest things to breed for me, at least. So that's it for the boas. Everything else had the year off. So next year should be a pretty big boa year. And then we had 11 colubrid clutches.
Holy crap!
And then 20 out of those 28 balls, 2 of them were blood pythons. So
Okay.
that wasn't too bad. It was broken up pretty good. And then I incubated a clutch of scaleless corns and that clutch of Taiwanese rat snakes. They were pretty cool. I still have them. I can show some of them.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, God, those little things are freaking fast. Everybody, like,
dude, they are fast.
lightning fast.
I was doing war bowls tonight, and I'm like, okay, maybe if I move slow, they'll be all right. I'm like moving slow, and then like they get dodgy, and it was like pew, jump right off like 4 foot through the air, pow, hit the ground, and was like pew, and I'm like
Dude, yeah, like they're tiny, but God, they're fast.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I thought the Mexican Black Kings were bad, but these rat snakes are insane. Like, no. One jumped out of the display when I was bringing them home from the show. It went behind the baby rack. I'm like, I called my wife. I'm like, get the flashlight. Get down here. She's got the kid in one hand. Lincoln's like, what's going on?
Oh, God, and then Lincoln's help.
Oh, it was a good time. Yeah, he was down here helping.
Nathan says that here Danny is auctioning off his maid.
His maid? All right. I'm getting in line for that. I need a good house cleaning. What's up, David?
We got Steven and Courtney as well in here. What's up? Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Hey, guess what, Jeremy? I got to meet them in Daytona, too. You didn't. Yep, that's another one.
Did you get a shirt from them, though?
Oh, you know what? I didn't.
Son
of a gun.
At least you didn't do that. So
I'm getting them in Tinley. All right, you hear that, Steven and Courtney? Extra large, please, for Tinley.
Or Steven, Courtney, you could just send me a 2X and not send one to Chris, and then I can have something over Chris then.
Hey, even better. I'll pick you one up, bud, out there.
Oh, okay. hey, that'll work. That'll work. I'm not picky. I'll get to see them at some point. Who knows? Maybe next year they'll want to come for the barbecue or something.
That would be pretty cool. Have them out to Warfel Fest.
Yeah, wharf. What's can't call it wharf stop? I'm still debating if we're gonna do it here or if I'm gonna book it out of park. I'm still torn. I'm gonna have to run one of these get-togethers. I want us all to sit down and just kind of bounce ideas back and forth.
It's tough, man. It's how much work do you want to do? Do you want to bust your ass all day long, or do you want to be like, hey, look, it's $50 a head. There's 100 tickets. Let's go. I'm gonna enjoy this party. I'm paying for a ticket.
That's
get
that's
it
kind of where
catered and be done with it.
that's almost kind of where I'm at with it. Because last party I didn't like unless you got there early, I didn't get to enjoy any time with you early. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Like all of you guys, I really didn't get to see you use that much at all. I was thankful that I got to spend Friday, with like Adam, Jeff, and Angie and Holly.
Yeah.
So I got some quality time with them then.
Yep.
But come the day of the barbecue, I mean, it was just like freaking chaos. I didn't get to see any of them.
Look at Rob. Look at Rob's message.
Jerry, you're going to have to rent the same place for that.
Dude, I'll tell you what, we could fill it.
I'll do that.
Maybe not fill it.
Well, thing is, all right. See, now if you were to do something like that, not only could you have the barbecue, but for anybody local, you could set up.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's kind of the whole idea that Adam was looking to do.
Yeah, that's the whole thing Adam was thinking about. And I just now thought of that after I said it. I'm sorry, Adam. I didn't mean to steal your idea. But
that'd be pretty cool.
See, now that's another idea. That's
Mm-hmm.
But then you're gonna be worried about vending and not really hanging out, though.
Yeah, true. Yeah, there's that slight line.
Then that comes into that whole coming down here in the snake room all the time and missing out. And yeah. So maybe we won't do that. But it was brought to it was Mike Curtin has said about doing it like at a park,
right,
where people could then go herping and stuff if they wanted to. So I kind of thought like the closest thing I could think of that would be a good place would have been Muddy Run Park. So I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah, definitely check it out.
We'll get together, we'll bounce ideas and kind of iron it all out. And you guys have a much better mindset for stuff like that than what I do.
Yeah.
So what do you got there, bro? What are we showing off already?
This girl, this is a T-positive Argentine boa.
All right, now what freaking color is she?
She's like a deep orange, like almost like a brown, but it's hard to the camera. I mean, yeah, of course, on the camera, it's hard to see the exact color of her. But
okay, my eyes were seeing. My eyes were seeing like an orange color, so
almost like an orange, caramel looking kind of color to her. See if I can get her tail to come up there.
Now she's pretty freaking big, dude. Is she
not bad?
Did you breed her this year?
No, she's maybe 4.5, 5 foot long. She's still a little tiny.
Okay.
Ready to breed. Maybe next year. I don't know if you could see how just like thick, like I don't know, you can't. It's hard to see the burnt oranges. Plus, I think she's in deep shed. I see a little scale pulling up, so it's really hard to see. But like, there's purples and oranges and lavenders in there. But I think she's at that point in shed where her eyes are clear because there's a little scale coming up on her side. So I don't want to mess with her too much. But they're beautiful. This is a girl I'm raising up. Hopefully, I don't know. We'll see what kind of size she puts on. I don't want to push her, but I think she's 3 years old. I got her in 20. So yeah, she's 3 years old. So she could breed next year, but we'll see what size she is, and if not, we'll wait till she's 5. But Ed's got a T-positive male, so
joint pairing on that one.
Yeah, I'll probably steal his male for a few months. I was looking for a male in Daytona, and they had a few Argentines, but no, not what I wanted. If I was buying a snake, it's a very specific male I want. I want a motley, normal het T-positive. So I want to produce normal Argentines as well because they're such a dark animal. The black, normally they're like a black and white boa almost. So it's right up your alley. Yeah.
Now you're speaking more my language here, Chris.
Google some Argentine boas, and you'll like what you see. They're some of them are really nice. So I'd like to get a clutch of those, plus the T-positives, a little bit of variety. If you haven't noticed, I'm all about the variety.
Dude, but see, that's what I've come to realize that that's probably part of what makes you so successful with working all the species you work. because you literally have a color palette for everybody. Like, literally everybody. If you can't find a snake in a color you want out of your collection, I don't know what color they're looking for then.
And it's funny too, because like mostly everything I breed is something I really want to breed. You know what I mean? And it's funny because I'll get out of projects just because I don't have the interest in them no more, even if it's a good selling project,
Okay.
It just doesn't take up the room of something that interests me. Like I need to be interested in it, to do it.
Yeah.
So that helps a lot.
What's up, John? And dang it, chat made me move. Kai, what's up, bro? Good to see you.
121. Yes, sir.
But now, since you brought that up, how often, like, because I could swear you had said at one time on a live that I forget whose live it was, but you had said that you add in a project every so often, like a new species of a project.
Every year, I'd like to try to breed something new.
Okay.
Whether it's a subspecies or a species, I want to see something new come out of an egg, something I haven't come out of an egg before. So every year I try to add something new. This year I had three this year, so I kind of
have the rat snakes.
No, my personal breedings. So I don't count the rat snakes or the scaleless corns because I didn't put the effort into breeding them, laying the eggs, raising the female, all that crap. I just got eggs given to me. Anybody can do that. Catch them. Yeah, those two species, the scaleless corns and the Taiwanese beauties. The guy at the eggs were laid at his place, and he brought the eggs to me, and I just put them in my incubator and hatched them.
Oh, okay.
So now I'm getting them started eating and probably going to sell them, and then we'll figure out whatever, from there. We did what the heck did we do? We did northern Mexican pine snakes, which are pretty wild. They tend to act and like their eggs seem to be almost more like a bull snake. Bull snakes have almost like a ping pong egg, and they lay like 10 to 20 sometimes, depending on the size of the female, and the babies are pretty small, but they have a lot of them. Whereas your typical pine snake will have like 5 to 7 eggs. But I shit you not, I measured an egg this year and it was 4.5 inches long.
I see that one egg box you showed me when I was over there the last time. That
huge,
one egg, I would have laid a bet it was like 6.
Yeah, it was huge, huge.
Long as hell.
Well, it's not what you tell your wife, so come on. But it's wild because it's supposed to be a pine snake, but these babies, I'll show you those babies too. They look like little bull snakes, but your bull snakes tend to be out in the west, northwest, species, and your gophers are far west, and northern Mexico, that's west, but it's still kind of south. So I don't know what classifies it still as a pine snake. It's probably something with like the scales on its head, or something with ventral scales, or a pattern count. It's something goofy like that. But it's pretty neat. It was neat to hatch those, and then we hatched Louisiana pine snakes, which was wild. Biggest baby, but no, I shouldn't say the biggest, but one of the largest baby pine snakes I've ever hatched. They got to be like 120 grams. They're huge.
I was gonna say, I think you showed. Were they out when I was there?
No. I don't know what I showed you. I forget.
So you showed me something. It was a baby, and I was really impressed with how big it was for just being a hatchling. Basically,
it might have been the albino southerns. For some reason, all my pines, my blacks, my albino northerns, my southern leucistics, my Louisianas, they all came out huge, which is perfect. They can come out eating almost a fuzzy rat, which is great. The bull snakes, they get a rat pinky. They're kind of tiny.
Okay.
Yeah, they are. Chase. That's right. They are very hissy. The bulls, yeah. And then the third one was we have regular blood pythons, but a couple years ago we added a Sumatrans. So like a subspecies of blood pythons, yeah. And I think she was young. I think the male was young, but she was showing signs, and she gave me like 6 or 7 eggs, but only 2 lasted the gauntlet. And I just cut them the other day, and the babies look healthy, so we'll see what happens. So
no chrome head, or are they the tan heads?
they're the black on black, no chrome, no pumpkin. It's just black. So if anything, chrome. If you're gonna classify.
Oh,
Yeah.
now, all right. Now you've got my interest peaked.
Yeah. So she was bred to a T positive, a caramel. So there we are again. Hopefully, I'm hoping to get a het from this clutch and bring it up. And
Okay.
I already have somebody on the list for the other one. So
damn it.
Is. Yeah. Next year should be a lot more successful though.
Okay. Yeah. I was saying because that's one of my things. I want to get another chrome head. I miss my chrome head.
Yeah.
Miss it.
So you had a Sumatran? I thought you had a red blood.
I had a red blood and a Sumatran.
Oh, okay. I only saw the picture of the red blood.
Dude, that Sumatran though, like just the grays almost had like a greeny hue to them to my eyes. Like they were just that was just an awesome freaking snake.
Such a nice.
And then the blacks with the white outlines. Oh my god, that thing was just stunning.
Yeah, the Sumatrans are really nice.
Like my red blood was beautiful. I mean, it was probably one of the best examples of just your base, red blood that I had seen, because the sides were just like orange and blood. Like she was beautiful.
Yeah,
but that's the Sumatran, dude. Oh, that thing spoke more volume than her.
Yeah, they're beautiful in their own rights. So this was the only boa clutch that we hatched this year, or litter we had this year. These are Peruvian longicatas, longtails. See if I can get them to sit still. This one's sitting still. Very tiny babies, very tiny. These guys have already had like 4 meals though, even being this tiny.
They're beautiful. Jeff and Angie said that they just picked up the go-ahead for Coco to go and the chipper for Missouri. Awesome, guys. Congrats.
And I didn't get my DM yet from Chris. He better get hold of me.
Congrats, guys. Look at this guy. Look at this guy sneaking in. Charlie at Gray Rider. Everybody, in case you've been living under a rock, Charlie now has Clown and Cryptic in his testing arsenal. So I'll make sure you guys hit him up. Charlie, I will be sending you even more sheds. I've got, like I said, I think it was 3 sheds here from the Xanthic girls. I've got 2 sheds dry. I'm waiting for them to dry out so that way I can just send it in one lump sum up to you. But it's mixed between Clown Test and Yellow Belly. What's that?
A big lump of wet sheds.
No. I heard. I pay attention. Charlie said he wants it to crisp when you. I'm trying to think of that. I forget what show it is, or what show it was, or movie. But like the guy would like squeeze something, and it was like just this crunching noise, and that's basically what I imagine Charlie trying to do with these sheds is squeeze it. If he can hear that crunch, he's satisfied that it's dried enough.
No, it's not good enough. He just sent it back negative.
Oh, God. Dude, I still haven't got my results back from RGI for the Xanthic males to see if they're het clown or not.
Yeah, their latest video, I think they said they are going out next Monday or Tuesday. That batch, depending on when you put it in, that's probably the one. If you haven't got it back yet, they said.
Yeah, I say they've had it for a while.
Yeah, he said it's not going out till next Monday. Something happened. They messed up some slides or something.
Why is it every time I send something out and then it makes me doubt the freaking results?
I'm pretty sure that's what they said. I think it was on their last live. Something happened. He was saying.
No, I think you are right. All right. Charlie's correcting me here. It's not the if you don't hear it tear, I know it's gonna suck. Okay.
Sweet.
But yeah, like that's what happened with my that yellow belly or asphalt male that I had. Sent the test out, see if it was asphalt.
That took a while.
That's when they pulled the asphalt testing because they were having errors with it. So then when I got my result back, I didn't trust the freaking result, and so I just went and got a Marty, the brother to the one that I had from Nathan, and just bit the bullet on it because now I know I've got the asphalt because it's a Mardi Gras.
Yep. Oh, man.
Charlie says, man, I thought Chris was going to be auctioning stuff off tonight.
No, sir, not tonight. Not tonight. We didn't set an auction up yet for you, right?
No. I figured Danny's got October because he wanted to make sure he did his, which I didn't understand the reasoning behind it, but
who knows?
Just fight him on it. He wanted to make sure he had it for before Gettysburg.
Okay.
Thinking he wants to spend money for Gettysburg, maybe. I don't know.
Okay. I was supposed to do October for the holdback rack, and I rescheduled to November. Or no, I was supposed to do September. I had to reschedule for October, but I think I have to reschedule for November.
Oh, okay.
It's always something. This weekends are rough.
Well, I think you and Nathan, you guys can arm wrestle it out or whatever for who gets November and December.
I think we should just do it together and just like speed round it, man. Just set like a 2-minute timer, just go.
We can. I'm cool with that because I think John and Christine even said something about that after the last one about doing it like have 2 people on. That way, it's even a variety.
Back and forth, get your time. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. So, definitely.
Let's see.
Hey, see Cream to the Clutch.
Yep.
Yeah. I got to meet him in Daytona, and you didn't either. Another one.
Man, I got nothing. I got nothing to go back at you with. And like, here's Stan.
Stan. You know Stan? I got to meet Stan too.
You guys, everybody that got to meet Chris, as long as he didn't get a shirt, you guys should send me a shirt so that way I can say, hey, you may have bet him, but I got a shirt. Nathan's all up for going together, so.
All right.
So it sounds like a plan.
Me and Nathan got a tag team it.
There's a joke to be made there. I'm just gonna let that go though.
You know what? My partner's Nate. No, I can't do it.
Let's see here. Rob says, I really like how the holdback rack had the Google Doc with what was going to be in the.
Yeah, that was super nice.
That was smart.
Jessica's a monster when it comes to that stuff, man.
I was going to say, she's really like, yeah, Jessica's got it like, ow. You got bit.
Yeah, you got out. Ow.
That's just...
Since we were talking about them.
Dude, man.
So these are the T positive. Obviously, this one here is the Petite T positive. So these are the normal bloods. These are not the Sumatrans. And then this is the normal patterned T positive. This is the one with the attitude, apparently.
No, the Petite. What's this? There's a super form of that? Isn't it like the Golden Eye or something?
No. How does it work? So a golden eye is a matrix ivory combo.
That's it. It's the matrix.
No, I'm sorry, a matrix 007. So matrix and 007 makes the golden eye.
Okay.
That's the only reason I know is I have one.
Okay. 121 says those are really pretty.
Yeah, man, they'll be ready probably in about a month or so. They just hatched about 2 weeks ago. These guys are different than ball pythons. They don't shed until like 4 to 8 months. So
they also only poop once a year.
Well, maybe twice. But
twice if you're lucky.
Yeah. They'll get a meal in maybe in the next couple days, and then go from there. They're fun. They're really fun to have.
Dude, that was like the biggest thing I realized with mine was like you'd be handling like you could just see it's like you've got to go, like you've really got to go to the bathroom, Snake. It's like, come on. And then when it would finally go, you're just like, dear God. Like,
you watch his eye will move. Like, they'll follow you around. These guys are pretty intelligent. I think they're smarter than a ball python.
Dude, not to bash on the bloods, but it doesn't take much to be smarter than a ball.
Hey.
The snake curls up into a ball, dude. That's its defense. I'm gonna curl up into a ball so I can be eaten.
Blood pythons just bite everything.
Exactly. Charlie says they're awesome, but he likes his fingers.
Oh, stop being a puss. There's a little bit of blood, not much though. Look, that's it. That's all.
When Chris falls over partway through the live tonight, everybody, we all know it's because of the bloods.
Yeah, that's it. It's not bad.
I know. I was surprised that I did not get tagged getting the carpets out last night for everybody.
Yeah, I was hoping you were gonna wail. Believe it or not.
Dude,
I don't know. It would have been entertaining.
If Xena would have got me, dude, like when I was working with him the first time trying to get him out, it's like, no, this was a repeat of the last time I tried to get him out at night. Like, I just had flashbacks. It's like, no, this isn't going to work. And then when he got up onto the perches, it's like, okay, we can work with this because I know how to get him off the perches successfully, no problem.
Oh, yeah.
And that's normally the best way. If he's perched, that's basically a go-ahead. You can get him out. You just got to take your time doing it.
What's up, Sean?
Yeah, Sean, what up, dude? Good to see you. Another guy that's got one of the baby carpets. Hopefully that little girl's doing really, really good. I know the last time Debbie posted pics, I guess it was a reel. It's really good to see how she's coloring up. Holy shit, everybody. Look at this.
There he is.
Mr. Eaton. Good to see you. I hope you're doing good, dude.
Yes, sir. Hope you're well. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in, man. Greatly appreciate seeing you in the chat tonight, dude. Let's see here. What else? Troy says he got tagged by a hatchling ball tonight and almost cried. Charlie, come on, man.
So we want to dive into next. So we want to go to the colubrid route, or what do you want to do? So we got the bloods covered. I want to see one of the boas covered.
What's that?
We got bloods and boas covered.
Let's see a Mexican black, dude.
You want to do some Mexican blacks? All right.
Yeah, because last time I was over, they looked like zombies.
Yeah, they were. None of them had shed out.
No, I still need to work on the your sponsor ads next on my list to get worked up. I just got to go through the.
It's all right.
Slides of everything there.
You can take me off for a couple of weeks, work on it, put it back on when you're ready. There's plenty of room for everybody. They're actually sitting very still.
I'm impressed with them at the moment.
I haven't figured out that they're like in my hands yet.
Tammy says she wants a Mexican black.
They're still like, wait, what's going on? What? Huh? What? Yeah, these guys are pretty reasonable. I'm not positive if any will be left by the time the auction comes around in November, but I mean, they'll definitely be ready before then, and they're pretty reasonable. They range anywhere from like 125 to 175, and then pairs are always cheaper.
Now, is there any difference between them and any other king snake, other than the color aspect, obviously?
Nah, as far as what, like keeping or attitude or anything?
Keeping, attitude, the musking, the trying to eat you out of nowhere for no apparent reason, like any of that.
So my adults do have a strong feeding response, but once they realize you're not feeding them, they're pretty chill. They don't tend to really like try to eat your fingers or anything, but they will eat anything when they're in feed mode. Yeah, they'll take whatever they want. They've eaten ball python slugs for me, stillborns. The adults will pretty much eat anything that moves, especially after they've laid a clutch.
Okay. See, the slug thing is really caught me off guard. I never would have expected them to eat slugs.
It blew my mind. I was down here with my boy, and I'm like, oh, look at this slug. It wasn't too big. It was long, and it was like the size of a weaned rat. And I'm like, I wonder if this thing will take it, dude. She flew across the cage, hit it, and wrapped it. And I'm like, all right. And I totally forgot to come back and record it because I was going to record it and throw a short and a TikTok or something up. And I came back and she had it down already. And I was like, oh, god dang. But I think I did put a picture up of the lump in her belly.
Oh, okay.
But that was pretty
Matt-
wild. So it must have smelled enough like another snake that she was like, well, yeah, I eat other snakes.
Matt wants to know if you work with Eastern indigos.
Not yet. They're on the bucket list. Probably gonna wait until Sean from Pied and Joy. Oh, not he doesn't have Easterns. Sean's got Texas, I think. Easterns are kind of protected. I forget how it works. I guess you can't cross state lines. But we'll see. Indigos are definitely in the on the bucket list. I'm kind of in the next year or so. I'm making a big transformation with the room where my collection's at. So I'll be able to expand my colubrid stuff a little bit more. So that means I got to start thinking now for 2 years down the road, right?
So you got to start thinking where you're going to put everything.
Oh, I know where I'm going to put it in a room twice the size.
Tammy said she knows where to go when she's ready for Mexican black.
Yep. Yes. They're pretty fun.
He has a banded California King. She's over 22 years old. Holy crap.
Oh, wow. That's pretty wild.
She's eating like a pimp still. See, that's why I want a Cal King.
I was listening to something, and somebody had a I want to say it was a corn snake, and he had it like, I think it was like 28 years old. He had it when he was a kid, and it went all the way up through college until he like got married and had kids and passed like 28 years. It was wild.
Holy crap, dude. It's like the Energizer Bunny. What up, Will? Good to see you, dude.
Well, bringing that heat. All right, what should we go to next?
Pines?
Stay on the colubrid kick, right?
Yeah, stay on the colubrid kick. We'll kind of just knock it down, go down through the list here.
Let's do albino northern pine snake. So these guys are pretty wild. They're almost like pink and lavender, like reddish on the tails. The pinks are just wild on these guys. Just straight albinos. That's all they are. And then I can get I'll get a normal out to show the comparison.
What's up, Brandon? Good to see you, dude. He says Mexican pines are amazing.
Yeah, we'll be showing them in a little bit. Mine all just hatched. The northern Mexicans. It's a shame the babies don't look as bright as the parents. The parents are tri-colored, so I might have to get a parent out. So this is a normal northern pine snake. Black and white. They got that shovel nose. I don't know if you can see it. It's like a triangle.
Yeah.
So they use that for burrowing in the Jersey pines and stuff. But black and white, and then you just flop everything for the albino. I don't know if it's washing it out or not.
There you can see it.
So they're pretty fun. We'll have some of them available. The normals are 100% het albino, and then of course you have the visual. They're pretty little fun snakes. They're very ferocious eaters. Right now they're all on live. I usually like to get a good amount of live meals in them because they're kind of skittish. They like to hiss and like defense a lot. And I mean, you know how the adults hiss. You were over here.
Dude, that one I will never forget. That sounded like the most angriest snake I've ever seen and heard in my life.
Yeah, she wasn't having a good day.
Dude, she was like, I was everybody. Just so you know, that was like what, filming the original. No, that was when we were doing the facility tour.
That was the original,
the facility tour.
Yeah, yep.
That was my first time ever at your place, and I was standing like 5 feet away because this snake looked like it was ready just to release all sorts of hell on anyone near. And I thought, you know what? If anyone's gonna get the fury of this sucker, I'm gonna let Chris have it.
Yeah, she meant business. She wasn't playing.
Oh, she wasn't. The vocal, like they're so vocal. It's like, holy shit.
So this is Louisiana. So it's kind of like the northern, but just a different color palette. You know, different locality. It's more brown, kind of buckskin, more lighter colors. It still has the same, same shovel nose, still a pine snake.
But these look like they have more pattern though.
Yeah, they're a little bit darker. It doesn't have as much white in it. It's a little bit darker. A little more pattern, maybe. Almost have like an eye band, almost like they're wearing a mask.
Yeah.
He won't tip his head down. But
it looks like the Lone Ranger.
Yeah, there's one with like a really black spot on his head. They're pretty cool looking. These guys are pretty neat. These are on one of the lacy acts, like CITES. You can't sell these across state lines without special permits and stuff like that. So I got to go through a bunch of work, which I think it might be worth it to sell these guys across state lines. I gotta do a breeder declaration to the Pennsylvania Fish and Game and Wildlife. I gotta like go in depth and just give them more than what they would ask for. You know, how long I've been breeding, my first clutch, date of birth, the size of my facility, like everything, my room, what my plan is, and and then hopefully they'll grant us the permit to cross the state line. So,
well, isn't that in all technicalities essentially what all of us are supposed to do in PA that are not just hobby breeders?
No, not with a ball python.
I thought that there was a permit we had to have.
There is a propagation
Not the
we're
propagation.
supposed to have. Yeah, and that's pretty much like propagating, well, any reptile. That's what it's for. I don't know if it's a mammal, it's different, or amphibians are different.
But don't they ask you for something about your facility that you're using?
They ask you for the dimension of your facilities and stuff like that, and like certain things like where you're getting rid of your wastewater, dumb stuff like that. They want to make sure, like, I don't know, you're putting it in your septic and not just dumping it outside, I guess, in case there's pathogens or something. I think that's more for like the aquatic side of it.
Oh, okay.
But I think that falls in there. It's fish and game, so I think the aquatic side, I mean, Kai might know more about that as far as the aquatic stuff goes, like on a professional. You know what I mean?
I just dump mine in the sump pump it. let it pump it out to Mother Nature.
Yeah.
Guess I'll have to change that to I dump it down the drain into my septic, everybody.
That's to say, don't tell the PPE or whatever that is that.
Oh man. Nathan wants to know, did you rearrange the room? You just realized something looked different.
I didn't rearrange it, but I have those racks that fit FB5s and 10s. Ed made me 3 of them, 18 high. Yeah, 18 high, so I can fit 54 hatchlings in one of those, or half of that with the double bins, or a third of that, however it works. So
okay.
It was nice. I needed more hatchling room. Last year I was very overwhelmed. I had hatchlings on the floor, like it was ridiculous. I felt like a basement, like a literal basement breeder. Like, yeah, you're in my basement, but I felt like horrible. But everything went good. It was just a slower process. It was a lot more work. You had to move stuff to do anything. Now everything's a little bit more accessible. But
I like it with the ARS racks in there. I know when I last came over, it was the room looked really good with the ARS racks there, and it just seemed very neat, tidy, and everything.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I got the 2 ARS racks. I got the hybrid and then a regular one, and then in the corner behind there, you can't see, is 2 VEs stacked. Vero electronics. They're almost like the FB5s and stuff like that. They're the same style. Like you can do 3 across, or 2, or 1 big one. That's kind of what those are. It's a good little thing.
So you have no wasted space at all, dude. Like
I have
laid that out perfect for how you have it.
I have no wasted space, and I have like 2 open slots, but I have babies to put in them. So
Kai says he snorkels in his fish tank.
What? He snorkels? What? Is it that big? He's flexing. Aspen bedding on their rodents. I've never used Aspen, but I heard it's good. I mean, if it's comparable in price, Aspen was always more expensive where I was at.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let's see. All right, so we got Louisianas, we got Northerns. The Mexicans and the blacks are still in the incubator. I'll grab them after we go through what's in here. I'll grab a couple bull snakes.
Now what? I think you should. What are the ones with? I think it's the bulls that have the white sided and all that stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. So
Okay.
bull snakes, everything's recessive in bull snakes, and there's 5 traits. There's albino, there's axanthic, there's white sided, there's hypo, and there's also patternless, and they're all recessive traits. So this guy is just an albino white-sided. I don't know if it's washing.
That thing's that bright that the camera's not picking it
I was
up.
gonna say, is it washing it out?
Can you adjust the intensity of your ring light?
I can turn it down a little bit.
There, now you can see the colors. There
All
you
right,
can see
yeah.
the
It's
stuff.
kind of shattered it a little bit. So you get a little bit of yellow coming through and like a pink dorsal. And then the red eyes. And I have another one that doesn't have the albino, so you can kind of compare to it. I didn't get that one out right now, but they're pretty cool. They wag their tails like a rattlesnake to kind of tell you to back off and then hiss. But these guys get pretty aggressive. They get like 5.5 foot long. They're like the second biggest colubrid in North America.
See, those things are absolutely impressive and stunning in person, folks. Like the camera isn't catching the full intensity of the colors on them.
Nah, I wonder if it'll pick the other one up. I think that the camera's just too bright with it, or the ring light. So this one's an albino patternless. So this one's like orange, almost like creamsicle ice cream color orange. Is it picking it up?
Yeah.
That's wild. So that's a patternless albino.
What up, Paul? Good to see you, bro.
Yeah,
Doing well?
Paul. But then, like, you go to the other extreme and get, something without albino. So something without albino might show up a little bit better on the camera. There was a lot of albinos through the clutches and stuff like that. But, I mean, this one kind of is like an all-gene animal. So it's albino, it's patternless. It's obviously white-sided and or axanthic, but it's tough to tell the difference because, I mean, it's a blizzard.
It's beautiful.
That's what they call it. Yeah, this thing is like, it's a leucistic, but with red eyes. But the white is just, it's like a piebald white. It's not like a pattern white, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's wild.
Now, will they eat other snakes? Like king snakes or no?
No, bull snakes will not, but they will eat eggs and stuff. So they'll eat chicken eggs, quail eggs. So this thing's pretty cool. So I want to give it a little bit of time to see if any kind of pattern comes in or anything. Because if pattern comes in, that could lead you to believe that it's not axanthic, or it could be, I don't know what else it could be. It might not have hypo, because the hypo is really going to reduce the pattern. So, like, maybe look at this guy. So now this guy is not albino. He's got black eyes. But he is patternless, obviously. His pattern is gone. So can you see that on there?
Yeah, no, it was actually, if you bring it a little bit closer, it was coming. You could see kind of like the digitized.
Yeah. So he's a patternless, but he's also white-sided. So you can see that little bit of pattern coming through. So that's pretty cool. We hit one just like this, but I'm pretty positive it has hypo in it. And you can really see how it washes it out. If I can find it here. So this animal right here is the same thing, but with the hypo. So it's kind of like yellower, whereas this one's got that little bit of gray on its back.
Yep.
So it's pretty neat that you get to hatch all these different, like the mom and dad, like one's visual, but they're all het for the other things. So that's why when, I would show you a picture of a clutch, you'd get like, oh, there's an albino, or there's a patternless, or there's an axanthic. It was such an array because everybody was het for everything else.
So you had basically every freaking color under the sun that you can imagine.
Yeah. So then you take something like this. So that last one, that was patternless, but the white-sided. So if you take the patternless out and throw the axanthic in, you get this very slight pattern on it, which is it coming up?
Yeah.
So that's
very, very faint, but yeah.
All right. So that's because it's axanthic, so you can barely see that pattern, and it kind of disappears as it goes down its body. And then as you get to the tail, the axanthic really starts to come in. I don't know if you could see it.
No, that looks nice. There. It's coming through crystal clear.
So that's the white-sided pattern, but with the axanthic on it, it gives it a little bit of pattern, a little bit of poop too.
Anytime you have a snake that's like white or has white on it like that,
oh yeah,
it never freaking fails. It never ceases to amaze me that they always manage to have a little bit of poop on them somewhere.
Oh yeah, they're always crapping on themselves. And then if you want to take just a normal hypo, so this is just a single gene hypo, it just lightens it up just like hypo does with other genetics. It just makes it real bright and light. Whoa.
That's beautiful looking though too. Like all these, they all have such great different qualities.
Yeah, the hypo is pretty nice. I mean, to appreciate the hypo, you almost got to put it next to not to appreciate it, but to see like what the intensity of the hypo does do. You put it next to a normal. So that's a normal. See how dark they are?
Yeah.
It's almost like a brown, and then the hypo just really blows it out.
So it even makes the gold, the tan area is like a gold.
Yeah, and orange. It brings some oranges in and just really lightens it up. I mean, think about it. What does hypo do in ball pythons and boas and all that? It does kind of the same thing. It just brings in all that beautiful flaming and blushing. So that's kind of like how the bull snakes work. All a bunch of different colors and combos as far as that goes with those patterns. They're fun.
Now, from
definitely have a different
business standpoint, between all of those, between the pines, the bulls, the Mexican blacks, what seems like it? Do they move easy? Do they or do you have to sit on them a little bit? Like, what's the market like with them?
They seem to. So I don't have as many as I do. So like when it comes to pine snakes, northern pines, I had a clutch of 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, and 6. So I only have 15 of them. So to sell 15 northern pines it's easy. I mean, you're going to sit on them, but it's kind of hard to compare them when you hatch 125 ball pythons or 150. You know what I mean? So I think they tend to sell out before the ball pythons, of course, because there's less of them.
Yeah.
But I just think it's more for people to look at, especially when they come up to your table and different streams, different revenues. I think, if you're into it and you want to breed it, go for it. It's only going to benefit, I think, your appearance and what you have to offer.
Well, I do think it's, which was part of the reason why I started the carpets on top of, I always had a passion for them. Right. But it adds that spice to the table.
Yep, absolutely.
Like, I can walk by all the tables that have all the ball pythons. It's just table after table after table. When you see that one table that's got something else on it, you stop.
Oh yeah.
I mean, carpets will stop me, and my eye will pick them suckers out in a heartbeat, and it stops me dead in my tracks. Yeah, and just the bloods do it too. I mean, it's I just wasn't sure, because I know like carpets have that bad rap for having the feisty, nippy, all that stuff, and obviously the pine snakes or the bull snakes. I get them mixed up. Anyway, one of them is super vocal, comes across that they're a really big badass snake, and I can see those being a little bit harder to move to us, kind of, and to an extent.
Yeah, but people that want them, no, that's how they can be. You know what I mean? So you're not going to get a lot of beginners buying them. You might, but if you're getting them, buying them, they watch Snake Discovery and they're like fangirl or fanboys of Emily, and they know everything about bull snakes and whatnot. So
That's
like
a great thing of that.
it's I don't know. It's more. It's not. I wouldn't say it's not a beginner snake, but it's not the first thing that somebody comes up to and looks at your table. I mean, they look at it for color and stuff like that, but they hear bull snake right away. They think of bull. You know, what do you think of? Something that's offensive, right? You know, like it's gonna charge you.
Something that means broken bones and pain.
Yeah, what can we name them? Like bunnies or something, you know?
Yeah, bunny snakes.
Furry bull. What? Who knows? So yeah, let me get the blacks, the black pines, the Mexicans, and leucistics.
All right, while you do that, I'm going to throw up one of our not sponsors, but partners. Everybody, if you're not using Husbandry Pro, click our affiliate link, or if you're watching this on a TV, bring your phone out, scan that QR code. Free 30-day trial of the best reptile record-keeping and tracking software on the market today. It saves me a lot of time, allows me to keep great records, and it's not just for ball pythons, folks. You can use this for anything. You can customize your own fields if you need to. If you're working a dinker gene, you can, add that in there as well. The software is revolutionary. It's shaped by the users. Definitely make sure you guys go check it out. Free 30-day trial. Click the code. I greatly appreciate all the support, and I would be surprised if you did not really enjoy Husbandry Pro. And I have some tutorial videos on the channel and a playlist. So if you want to give it a shot and you're curious how to go about setting things up, watch those tutorials. And I've heard that they're actually kind of half helpful. So, give it a shot. Watch those videos as well. Maybe even watching those videos will make you want to give it a shot too. Who knows? Chris, you switched to it, didn't you?
What?
Husbandry.
No.
You didn't?
Nope, not yet.
Oh, Chris, you need to do it. Holy crap. It is 9:23, and look who just came in.
I know, right?
What's up, Danny, my brother? Good to see you, bro. Dude, you did miss your commercial. I put you up first, dude. I put you
number
up
one
first, and you missed it because I figured if you were watching, the best time would be to throw it up first. But thanks for tuning in, bro. Good to see you, and I can't wait to see you this weekend. Are you going to Repticon? Chris?
Yeah, I'm not. Everybody else is, though.
Are you not even going to go down and hang out?
Nah, it's a 2-day show. I got too much stuff to do before Tinley.
Ah, okay.
I know Tinley's like 2 weeks away, but I got to gear up for it.
Well, hey, dude, I get it, man. I get it.
I was debating on whether stealing some space with Sorrentino, but it didn't work out.
Well, I know that's where I'm picking up my new addition there is down there at Repticon, but okay. I guess we're all going to go out to eat, hang out Saturday night for a little bit.
Sweet. After the show. Nice.
Danny says, I thought it was auction waiting to snipe the bid.
Not yet.
Oh, shoot.
This is the second clutch of Mexican Black Kings that just finally came out. Whoa.
Landslide.
Yeah. They all just came out today. They weren't out this morning, so they're fresh.
Now, all right, because I didn't take notice to it on one. Wiz, what's up, Malaysia? Good to see you, bro. Thanks for tuning in.
Big Wiz. Hey, I hung out with Wiz too down there in Daytona. You didn't.
You didn't get a shirt though from Wiz though, did you?
No, I didn't.
It doesn't count then. Doesn't count.
All right.
We're only counting people you can prove you met by a shirt.
All right.
Everybody, in case you don't know, go watch this man's live stream every Saturday night. It's super laid back. It's almost kind of like a Hair Down Friday thing.
Very chill.
Very chill. Great group of people. Just awesome live stream. Go check it out Saturday night. Thinking it's like, I know it's late. It's like maybe 10.
Yeah,
Was
10.
okay.
10
So
usually.
10 o'clock, everybody. Saturday night, go check it out. Wiz Constrictors, Sophisticated Ignorance. It's great live. I really enjoy it. Normally, I miss it. Sometimes I get to catch it live, but I always do play it Sunday when I'm down here doing all the waters and all that stuff. So I always make sure I do catch up on it because I really enjoy the topics, the content. You're doing really good with that, Malaysia. Really,
Great
really
conversation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got that whole group. Like, he's just got good chemistry with all the guys he always has on there with him. So what else you got, Chris?
So these guys are Southern Leucistics. One's actually in the shed right now. One's a little hissy. Get that one out. So these guys are pretty cool. So this is a pine snake as well. But it's, oh, you hear them?
Dude, they just sound like they're like evil little suckers.
These guys.
No, you can tell that this seems like it has a little bit more of an aggressive shovel face to it as opposed to the other ones.
Could be the color.
Okay. I was going to say maybe it's a color thing that it amplifies it a little bit.
This one's a little hissy. Oh, you see that?
Ooh. Chris gonna get lit up tonight.
Yeah, they're not too bad. So these guys are all right. This one's actually, this one's shedding out now as we're talking. Taking its first shed. So these guys are pretty fun. They're very, very big hatchlings. It's pretty wild. Big. I mean, they got to be maybe 18 inches long. They're big.
Well, look at how thick they are. Because those eggs aren't that big.
Well,
they're really not.
These guys came out of those eggs that were 4.5 inches long. Those leucistics.
But still, like, they may be long, but they're not like thick though. They're still a pretty narrow.
As far as like fatness, you're saying thickness around the snake.
Yeah, well, like, I mean, the egg itself isn't a super thick egg.
Mm-hmm. No, it's just
so like, it's surprising that. Well, I guess it's very surprising that big of a baby fits in those eggs.
Yeah.
Oh
So
man, what's up?
On the opposite spectrum, these are the blacks.
Those are awesome looking, dude. All right. I'm gonna get nerdy for a minute. That there, the color of it reminds me of Drogon from Game of Thrones. Like, there's something about that darkness and on how it's got the kind of the grayish going on. Looks like Drogon. Not gonna lie.
Some are a little bit darker. Some have a little bit more pattern, but they'll grow out of that pattern. Like they'll get jet black. And
oh, really?
Yeah, and these guys get bigger than the Mexican blacks, as far as like an all jet black snake.
Now, what's their belly look like? Does their belly get that
checkered belly?
Okay.
This one hasn't shed yet, so it's a little dull.
But the Mexican blacks don't they have like a blue belly or something to them?
Kind of bluish. Some have a little bit more white on their bellies than the others.
Okay.
But for the most part, so they're fun. Now these are like the Louisiana species. These guys I can't sell across state lines without permits either.
Oh.
I can sell them within the state, but not across state lines. So like if somebody in Pennsylvania wants them, that's not a problem.
It's just out of state.
Yeah, this guy has a lot of pattern.
He does have a lot of pattern.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Their colors remind me of like the Sumatrans too, like just the tones of them.
Mm-hmm.
Melinda said that she just cut her first rainbow boa or had their first rainbow boas.
Oh, that's fun.
I guess she's not gonna be cutting any rainbow boas considering they do live birth.
Yeah, don't cut them.
Don't cut them, Melinda, please.
And then these guys, these are the northern Mexicans. I think Letka was talking about these guys. So unfortunately, as babies, they're kind of like just like a brown buckskin, animal. They're not too exciting as babies.
Yeah.
They remind me more of a bull snake than a pine snake. You know, they're so much tinier.
That color reminds me of a copperhead.
It is more of a copper color. This guy has a lot more reds on him. Yeah. This guy's pretty neat. This one's a little bit lighter.
What up, Don? Chris did show off the Mexican blacks a little bit earlier.
I can pull them back out, Don. These guys are a little bit. These are fun though. These are cool. I'm looking forward to seeing how they color up. Maybe I can go grab the sire and I can show you just a little bit before I get the Mexican blacks. But they color up. They get just like a 3-tone color throughout their body. I'll go get the sire.
Okay.
Hopefully he doesn't bite me.
In that case, take the camera with you.
Yeah, he's usually all right.
That way we can see if you have as good of luck as what I did. Paul, so can I come to your place, buy one, then leave? Technically, I guess, I mean, as long as you could be sneaky, Paul. You could say that you live in PA. I mean, hey. Let's see here. David says, beautiful. No, I pick one.
No pickup, no smart, no bosy levers, right? This is Chico. This is the male. This is the sire. So if you look, their heads get pretty orange.
Yeah.
Out now. Their heads get pretty orange. And then as the pattern goes down their body, it gets dark.
It becomes exantic looking.
It gets dark. And then trying to see if I can get them.
And then it gets orange again.
And then it gets lighter as it goes down towards the tail. And then as you get to the tail, it gets like almost like an orangish burnt. Yeah, like tan. It's pretty wild.
That's crazy, dude.
They're
Paul had a good question.
There's different. What's that?
Paul had a good question for you. He
Hold
said,
on.
so can I come to your place, buy one, and then leave?
Buy one? No, you have to buy more than one. It depends on what you wanted to buy.
Well, I guess one of the ones that you're not allowed to ship over state lines. I guess.
Oh, those.
I guess if you were to pretend to live in the state.
Theoretically, no.
Legally, no. Theoretically.
Allegedly, no.
Oh, man. Paul, you always got to try to throw that monkey wrench in there, dude. Always got to try to throw that monkey wrench in. While Chris is going and swapping some stuff out there, next week we've got Holly from Texoma Exotics on with us. And then the week after that, I don't have anybody scheduled because I think I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do that because I've got a birthday I got to be at. And we've got Nathan's the day before, so I can't really do it Saturday because I'm not leaving early. And then on the 15th, I've got Matt from B&S Reptiles coming back on. So I've got some dates opened up that I've got to fill up yet. So it's approaching, you know, I've been slacking a little bit, not going to lie, folks. And then on the 29th is 29th of October, that is when the DTMG live auction will be. Danny's supposedly going to be bringing some a lot of animals to that. So definitely make sure you guys do not miss that.
Right before Halloween.
Ashley Nikita, Pip Stalkers, what's up? Good to see you in the chat. We need to figure out a day that or in a night that we can all get together, hang out, and have a member live here. I do want to try to get that in for this month.
Here's for Donnie.
There you go, Don.
There's one Mexican Black King, just a little baby.
Now, do they get any iridescence to them, or are they just kind of like a, I don't want to say a matte black because it's got a sheen to it, but
yeah, as they get older, they get more iridescence. The adults have the iridescence to them.
Okay. I didn't know.
These guys have only had one shed.
Okay, I wasn't sure if they get the iridescence or if they stay like a matte finish or what.
Yep, they'll get it. Yeah. Hopefully in a couple more weeks, some of these guys will be ready. Some are taking frozen thawed mice, some rats.
Melinda says she has a quick question for you, Chris.
Yep.
How big Mexican or MKS, I'm guessing Mexican Black King snakes,
MBK.
How big of a ball python can they eat? Like how big is the snake versus the ball python?
So my adult MBKs my females are like 4.5 foot long, and they could eat a small rat with a good sized bulge in their belly. So I'd say an adult could probably eat up to a 200 to 400 gram ball python, give or take.
That's a decent sized snake.
Yeah, maybe more closer to 3. Stay around that area. It would definitely leave a nice bulge in them, and it would probably be like good for a month. With that type of meal.
So now, you know how I feed every other week. Now, how often do you have to feed them? Like the king snakes and the bulls and the pines, because they're more active. So I thought you'd have to feed them like every week, no matter what.
Well, you do and you don't. You can kind of go with the season. Like I'm very seasonable with everything, and that includes my feeding and my temperatures, my lights, everything. So the babies, I like to try to feed them as often as I can. I try to feed every like 4 to 5 days, or at least every week with the babies, just to get them kickstarted and get them going. Quicker you get the meals in them, quicker you can post them up and know that they're established. Yeah. But the adults, I feed them heavy when they come out of brumation, and then once I know they're pregnant, I kind of back off. Maybe give them just a smaller meal, because they go from like pregnant to laying their eggs in a matter of like a month. It's quick.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's not a building process like a ball python. You pull these things out of hibernation. They take a meal or two. They shed. You pair them. They shed again. 10 days later, they lay eggs. So it's quick.
Holy crap!
Yeah, the whole process is real quick. So then after they lay, then I hit the females hard for a couple weeks, and then I kind of gauge back a little bit and just do like a weekly 10-day type feeding, males twice a month. And then right about now I start pumping them up. So I'll give them like 2 or 3 chickens out of sitting, baby chicks. And then I'll come back in like 4 days and hit them with a nice small rat or something. Just kind of really start building up that fat reserve, because November they go back into brumation. Like the first.
I was just going to ask, is when do you go when you put them back into cool down mode?
So last year I was late. I don't think I went until like almost December. So that's why that's why like the Mexican Blacks just hatched. Like they went really late. They should have hatched in like July, give or take. Maybe August.
Well, our winter was also really stupid this past year too, though. I mean, it was ridiculously warm.
Yeah. So I went down a little bit later, or I pulled them out later. One of the two. I think I left them in another week or two in brumation. And so this year I'm going to be very stringent and put them down November 1st, and then bring them up, November, December, January, February 1st. Start warming them up, and hopefully I can get eggs hatching, by June instead of August next year. So
okay.
But yeah, so probably beginning of November, then they'll just go into brumation for 3 months. No food, no heat, nothing.
Well, now I'm going to switch gears a little bit on you. Since we're talking about cooling things down, the jungle. Are we breeding the jungle this year?
I mean, sure, why not?
Do you want her to come here, or do you want the male to go to you?
Nah, you can have her.
Chris is like, take it. It's one mouth I don't have to feed. Take it.
I'll give you a couple bags of mediums, and she's all yours.
Oh, dude, you don't even have to do that, man. Because normally, like when I was pairing them, I didn't feed them at all while they were like pairing and stuff. I just kind of left them go for the most part.
Yeah, you didn't feed the female at all through the process.
She really wanted nothing to do with it.
Interesting.
Like,
Okay.
she
that
is
far along, I guess.
well. That was the other thing too, is that when I realized I had a situation I had to deal with, and I threw the ultrasound, she was at 17 mils. So I mean, she basically was already there. So I'd have to look back at the feeding record to see if she was if she ate up until that point or what.
Right.
That's where Husbandry Pro comes into play, folks. I can go back and look that up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Very good.
I was gonna say, for as fast, like in all honesty, I wish I had one more clutch of jungles, because I think all the people that wanted them, I've got 2 still here, but one's for Greg,
Right.
and then the other one is still in case the one for Greg doesn't thrive or whatever.
Right. That's the one that's having trouble eating.
Yeah, I did get it to take an assist-fed rat tail. I got like an inch or so of the fat base of the rat's tail. Cut that, did an assist feed with it on that.
Nice.
And it kept it down.
Good.
Now I went and tried a mouse pinky, or mouse fuzzy, sorry. Was it Friday night, Saturday night? Anyway, I think it's Friday night. And he wanted nothing to do with it. But I went in there today to do waters, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to mess with you a little bit and maybe try to get you a little feisty. Maybe it'll kind of spark something up a little bit. Little sucker struck at me. I thought, it's like, dude, it's like, you don't even strike at food, and you're going to strike at me.
He was ready.
So I didn't assist feed him this week because I don't like doing that. I just really don't. I'm hoping that, this week, obviously, like I said, he didn't take anything. Next week, if he doesn't take anything, I'll do another assist feed on him. But it baffles me. I've never known or heard of a carpet that just is that. I don't even want to say it's stubborn. Like, dude, like this thing is still the size that it was basically when it came out of the egg, essentially.
Jeez, that's wild.
And then you look at its siblings, like my 2 holdbacks, dude. Holy crap! It's like taking a freaking grapefruit and comparing it to a clement, like one of those little halos.
The cuties.
That's like the size comparison. It's like, geez.
Yeah, that's nuts. That's wild. That's crazy how some thrive and some don't.
But dude, do you know the lineage to your girl though?
I can talk to
And if
John.
you're doing, it's no big deal, but
I'll find out. I'll look into it. I think he knows the lineage. I'm not positive though. I'll look into it though.
I say because if you do, I want to throw the male that's got lineage back to CoverGirl too. CoverGirl.
Sweet.
But I want to throw him to her just because I think that would be some really outstanding babies. Just his coloration and his brightness and pattern mixed with your girl's clean pattern and those deep, nice yellows. Just oof. I can see them babies already, dude.
Wild. It's all you, man.
Hey, we will get it done.
Done.
Who doesn't love some spicy noodles? I mean, come on now.
It's the spice of life, right?
Well, dude, funny thing is, like, my 2 that I held back are fine. Like, they're mellow. They've been laid back since day one. Seems like everything that left was spicy.
It's all how you handle them. Nah.
Nate,
You never know. They're all different.
I was talking to Nathan. When was that? It was a week or 2 ago. And he was telling me that actually it was last week. It was last week after the auction. He jumped backstage, was hanging out with John and I.
Okay.
And he was saying that he doesn't know what the hell happened with his, because he said it was chill. He said he was chilled for the longest time, and then all of a sudden he just became a big dick. He said, now you pick him up, and all he wants to do is try to kill you. It's just like,
Going through a growth spurt, maybe.
He finally realized what he was.
I'm not a ball. I'm a carpet.
Dude, like legit. I mean, it seems like some of them are just kind of like they don't realize that they're what they are yet, and I'm waiting for it because I know I can't get off that easy. There's no way in hell I'm going to get off that easy having two snakes I don't really have to work with. Just not going to happen. It's not my luck.
Maybe they'll flip that switch.
No, dude, I hope they don't flip it, but I'm waiting for it, man. I know the female went and picked her up today, and she spun around real quick. Now, I don't know if I woke her up because I didn't like tap her or anything. I just like kind of lifted up the little cave and scooped her up, and she spun around real quick. I was waiting for it, but she bumped her nose up against my hand, and then the tongue came out, tickled my hand, and then she was like, okay, we're good.
You broke technique. She was like, I'm going to light you up.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I skipped a step, and she wasn't quite fond of that.
Oh, yeah. They know. They start learning quick.
Dude, they're like little raptors, dude. They are like little raptors.
That's too funny.
So what do we want to show off next? The ball pythons?
Let's see. I think that was pretty much all the colubrids. Yeah, that was everything we do with colubrids. We can jump to ball pythons.
Show off some of the... To show off that bumblebee. I know everybody's thinking, oh God, a freaking
the
bumblebee combo. Like everybody, this thing is freaking phenomenal.
I don't know about
the pictures will be in the ad of this. But for Chris's sponsor ad. But this thing is phenomenal and someone should buy. I have no use for it, or I would buy it. But Lord knows I need to go through here with some of the additions I'm adding in for this year. There's gonna be some breeder males that are going out the door for me. Like my GHI Mojave male, he's being replaced. I think I'm gonna replace my one pastel leopard het DG male. Gonna move him on. I'm trying to think what else. And there's some males that are gonna be moving on down the road though, that are proven and or adult and ready to breed. So definitely keep an eye out for that. They'll probably end up going to shows before anything. But
all right, so this clutch was a bumblebee bred, a bumblebee lorry bred to a het red axanthic male. So we hatched this.
dude, that thing freaking screams leopard, and it's not.
Yeah. So this is obviously a lorry het red. Now, is it a super? Is it a Leolic?
Chris is gonna get lit up.
Is it a super? Is it a Leolic? Do we know? We don't know yet. So this is the one I'm keeping. This is just the without pastel, just the normal double gene animal.
Dude, I love that linking, and then on top of the linking, even the eyes for the alien heads are linked. Like I think that's the coolest thing about that snake is everything's linked.
It's got that like even those dots like on the nose, like the pattern.
Yep,
comes through on the nose, pretty wild. So then you take that same thing and you throw a layer of pastel on it.
Which I think this is the one I love. Look at that freaking thing, everybody. Look at that.
That same thing, but just with pastel in it. Pretty wild.
Sean says, Sean, I'm sorry I missed your comment, dude. Like I shouldn't. There's no excuse to miss it because it was right there. But you do have Doomerals coming this year, right, Chris? At some point.
I'm hoping Mother Nature blesses me. I mean, they were paired. One female is looking pretty promising. One, I don't know what she's doing, but yeah. So we'll see. Hopefully, they're tough.
Dude, that thing's just out of this world.
So then you take the pastel out and put spider in, and you have that.
And it's like, I'm not the biggest fan of it in the spider, which is probably going to surprise a hell of a lot of people.
Yeah, why not? This looks like your dirty ass TSK too. This looks cleaner than that, actually.
Come on, Chris, that hurts. That hurts.
I mean, look at that. That's pretty.
See, I think my thing is like with my spider stuff, I'm out for. I want to get like the dorsal stripe, and then just a couple things like stripes bleeding down the sides. I don't want like the dots and stuff on the sides of them with my spider stuff. John's over here laughing. John, you hush up, sir. You hush up. Don't forget my snake on Saturday, please. Anxious to see that thing in person. David says no white lips. No white lips, David.
No, not yet. I ran into a guy down in Daytona that captive breeds them, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. I got his card and stuff, so we might pull the trigger. That might be the addition for next year's species. I don't know. We'll see.
Did you look up Elwin from Rogue Reptiles?
Who?
Elwin from Rogue Reptiles? I think it's Rogue Reptiles.
No, I did not.
He's local.
Okay.
I'll send you a picture of his card and stuff then. But I know he works white lips.
All right, definitely. I'll take a look at it.
He does carpets, white lips. He basically Australian stuff is his cup of tea. There is Australian.
That's cool.
He does and Morelia Python Radio with Eric Burke and stuff.
Oh, all right, yeah. So this pairing was a little crazy. This was so it was a visual clown, black pastel, lesser vanilla, head hypo, and that was bred to a fire Huffman hypo. So you have the chance of hitting a double allelic animal. Goes fire vanilla cream, and then your black pastel and Huffman.
Which
you call that a black pearl?
I don't know. All I know is I have black pastel Huffman in the rack here, and the thing's freaking beautiful.
Man. So out of that came this.
Wait, were these hatched when I was over?
Probably.
I do think I remember those.
Yeah, I think you remember seeing it.
Yeah, I do remember that.
So this one's visual hypo, and I mean I can only imagine it's probably the OG animal.
Yeah.
And it looks vanilla cream. It's got that silver like your combo does. It has a little bit of the faint pattern coming on the tail.
See, that's what blows my mind is that
Rarely.
That's like to be like a key IDing factor with that combo.
But the hypo's killing it. It has that little bit of faint black. I don't even know if it's coming up.
It's barely coming up.
Yeah. So the hypo's destroying it. And he's 100% het clown.
John's taking a dig here at Danny. He's saying black razor.
No, it's Huffman, not black razor. It's Huffman. I didn't get it from Danny. So this guy's pretty cool. He's available. I'm not going to hold on to him. Although it's good.
I like that.
If he doesn't sell, I don't have a problem keeping him because think about it. If he throws whatever he throws, it's either going to be black pastel or Huffman, and it's going to be vanilla or fire. So take the vanilla cream out, and this is black pastel Huffman with maybe vanilla, maybe fire. I mean, it's got a little bit of head blushing. See that little bit of blushing?
Yeah.
And it's not real dark. It's still pretty blushed on the back. and I don't think
Now,
it's pastel.
educate me a little bit here, because obviously I'm gonna have to do some Huffman IDing. What in that snake screams Huffman at you?
Well, it's definitely not a black pastel
That's
alone.
true.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So that's one thing. The Huffman, it works kind of like the black pastel, but I don't think it's as crazy as the black pastel and the cinnamons. The
Okay.
female I have is fire as well, so that really breaks up her pattern, and she's hypo as well. So it's kind of hard. I do have a Huffman het hypo. I could get him out and show him and see how he differs just with the single gene Huffman. So these two males were pretty cool out of that clutch. I kept the female out of it. I think she was a visual hypo. I'll have to look and see where I put her. She was pretty nice. And then
John says he thinks you hit the all gene on that.
That one. That's what I was thinking, John. Yeah. And then this is pretty cool. This was from the same male. I'm trying to think if I used a different female. Nah, this was the same female, I believe.
Okay.
So, visual hypo, another one, but black pastel, lesser. And then I don't know about the vanilla or fire. I don't think it's light enough. Like the dorsal's blushed out, but that's just the hypo, screaming.
I was gonna say, I would think that the fire vanilla would do something more with the head on it.
Definitely brush it out, but the lesser's pulling the pattern up so high on it. And it's cool. We hatched one out that's not hypo, so it's neat to see this next to the one that's not hypo. So it's pretty cool. This guy sold.
Did any of those babies make it to morph market yet, or is your morph market updated so that way everybody knows to go check it out?
Yeah, there's a few of those that are up there. Some of the balls are going up. I don't have any of the colubrids up yet. Some of the bulls are just going to start going up because they're ready. The rest of the stuff isn't quite ready yet. Hasn't had enough meals. But the ball pythons are really starting to come around and go up. So this is the female I ended up holding back from that clutch. So another visual hypo, but I don't think this is the vanilla cream. I think it's the black pastel Huffman lesser, and it might be one or the other. There's probably pastel in this one because it's really blushed out.
I say it's like really, really light.
Yeah,
holy crap!
You have some pattern, but it really fades out. So pastel, maybe it's a firefly, maybe it's a pastel vanilla. I think it got one of them.
I was gonna say, I think it's got one because look at the back end towards the tail. I mean, you've got white basically going up over.
Yeah, you're whiting out on the tail, which is pretty cool. So visual hypo, 100% het clown. So I'm looking forward to this girl raising up. Some beautiful combos. This is all part of the hypo clown project. That's kind of what we're gonna stick with here. So that female's nice.
Everybody's loving that one, dude.
Yeah, I know. She's beautiful. I love her. I got to pry her for my dead fingers. So I ran it to those two, and then I ran him to I ran that same male, the black pastel lesser vanilla pastel clown to it looked. I swore it was a fire het clown. I produced her, and it was a fire or vanilla, one of the two. But I swear it was a fire, so I held her back because I wanted to make vanilla cream clowns. And she bred this year, and I bred her that same male, and I'll get that clutch real quick.
Okay. Now, Chris does that for everybody that was wondering maybe about the Huffman with the tail pattern and stuff. Let me show you guys real quick what we're talking about here.
Yeah, show yours.
Now, this is black pastel Huffman. You can see on how basically, patternless snake. It's just gray with some specks. But here at the tail, The only spot where you actually have pattern. Right here at the tail. And it's not even a whole lot of pattern, but it's there. I mean, the whole rest of the snake is just patternless.
Yeah, that group was nice.
Put her back because she got some. She just ate the other night. She's still digesting.
So that male bred like 2 or 3 clutches for me, or 3 or 4. I forget exactly how many. So then his latest clutch was this. So just a nice black pastel, but look at that paradox on the head.
Oh,
yeah. So it's a really wild paradox, and then it goes down right to there on its neck. It's like yellowish.
And then look at
yeah,
and
right there. And then it even loops around to the other side a little bit. If I can get him to turn. Pretty cool, like the first paradox.
That's really cool, dude.
So he's pretty neat.
I hit my first paradox this year too.
Yeah, it's interesting. Makes you wonder. Now, in that same clutch, hatched this guy.
Now that's nice.
All as he can be is a black pastel clown, but like, look at that thing, dude. I think it's wild. Look at the side on that thing.
I was gonna say there's a lot going on there for there not being a lot going on.
Yeah, that's all it can be, because there's obviously not lesser in there. There's no pastel. Vanilla fire? I don't think so. It's too dark. It's too black.
I was gonna say, yeah, I think, yeah. I would think if a vanilla or fire would amplify, it'd be a lot brighter.
Yeah.
Brighter and lighter.
Yeah. And fire vanilla. Yeah, that's it. So the mystery behold, it's a male clown, head hypo, so we'll be hanging out.
Black Are you going to hold that one back too?
Yeah, I mean, it's minimal black pastel with how funky he is. It's pretty wild. His belly's not black, so he's definitely not acid or anything.
John saying vanilla clown.
Yeah, we talked about it briefly, and it's crazy. It doesn't, I don't know. It has a little bit of blushing on it, but we'll see. I'm gonna bring him out to Gettysburg. Hopefully, he'll have another shed or two by then and color up a little bit more. I mean, it's super dark.
Well, yeah, I would think vanilla would make it brighter looking than that, but I don't really work with vanilla. I mean, I just now got vanilla in the collection here recently, so I mean, I haven't produced anything with it.
Right, I've never hatched a vanilla clown. I mean, John would know, so we'll see. I'm curious. I'll let the color up. He ain't going nowhere, so we'll see what happens.
He's saying the head. It's the head that's screaming it.
Okay, it does have a funky looking head pattern.
Okay, he's saying that in clown, vanilla comes out darker than what you would expect it to.
Okay, all right, interesting. I had it all wrong. I thought it was black pastel with how dark it was.
Matt's kind of basically confirming. He said a head has the erased look like vanilla. So he's Matt's agreeing with it. So maybe it is. I don't know. I would have thought the same as you though, that it was too dark. But
who asked Matt?
Yeah, Matt hasn't talked all freaking night. Now he comes in here dropping knowledge.
He just jumps in.
Matt's pulling a Danny.
And then we hatched. So then we bred in the same project we bred a double visual male hypo clown pastel to a Enchi chocolate double head.
You were talking earlier, Matt. I'll give you credit on that one. You've been quiet though for a little bit.
Who's that, Danny?
No. Matt said he was talking earlier.
Oh, okay.
And he was. I gotta give him that credit.
So
now, are these the babies that we were looking over when I was over there trying to figure out?
I think we looked at them briefly, yeah.
Okay.
So it was a pastel hypo clown bred to Enchi chocolate double head. So this thing is
this is the one clutch we were looking at.
super clean.
Dude, that's a beautiful freaking clown.
I mean, it's got to be a pastel, just hypo clown. There's nothing else it could be. It looks super pastel, but the blacks are blushed out like a hypo. You know, it's the faded black. It's not the crisp dark black. It's just super clean. So that was pretty cool. I was very happy to see that one hatch. I mean, I didn't know what it was in the egg. Wasn't sure what it was. I could tell it was a pastel clown, but you can't see any of that blushing. And then this one came out.
Which, if I remember correctly, that's the one we thought had the chocolate, right?
Right. Pretty positive the chocolate with just how the dorsal and the side pattern is just so drippy. Because I haven't hatched out a lot of chocolate either as well. But look at the side on that thing.
Well, the tone of it, like
Right.
there's some like for what and people, you guys all can laugh at me and make fun of me on it. I don't care. But for being a partially colorblind guy, like for me anyway, tones speak a lot to me, and my eyes pick up really goofy things with tones, and like it, something with this and the tone of it just screams that it's got the chocolate in the mix. It's something with the tone of color with it.
And the shade of it, it's hypo as well. It's just such a soft. The chocolates are so soft on it. And the only thing is, I'm not sure about Enchi. I think Enchi would reduce it a lot more. I
would have to say.
I think the Enchi would reduce it a lot more and at least tighten up the head pattern and mess it up.
John said he's ready to bid on that last one, though.
Oh, yeah? Which one? This one here? And then
I think that's the one he's talking about that he's ready to bid on.
And this one came out. I think this one's the all-gener. I think we hit the chocolate Enchi hypo clown on this one.
Yeah, I think I have
just, to. I mean, the pastel, blew the head pattern out, but it's just so much more tightly banded than the last one. But it still has that broad back, that blushing.
It's a little bit. It's got a little bit cleaner sides to it and everything.
Yeah,
which I would think would be the Enchi doing its job too.
Mm-hmm. But this thing is just this one's a smoke show.
Now, are any of these available for people?
Not at the moment. We have to. Okay. I got to get them established a little bit better, and I got to sex them. But I mean, if once anything comes available, definitely DM me your interest. I have another clutch. I have two more that are. I think they're both super pastel, but one might be just pastel hypo clown. I haven't checked the sexes, so there might be other options, but I have one's pretty much spoken for, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, this one was pretty sweet. I was very happy with that. And I think this one was the female too. I think the one without pastel was a male, just the hypo chocolate. Yeah, that's a female. And just the hypo chocolate. I'm pretty sure this was a male. This guy's not going anywhere. Yeah, that's the male.
Yep.
And then I think the other one was a female, the pastel. So we'll see. I was very happy with that. I'll bring out those other two then as well. Yeah. Take a look at them.
Beautiful stuff, dude. I'm enjoying seeing on how they've got a little bit more size to them from when I was last there.
Yeah, no, definitely. They've been eating pretty good. Trying to get them on rats. They've had their first couple meals on ASFs. And then these two were like the latest production.
Ooh, look at those. I didn't get a chance to tell you I had a new accomplishment, actually two accomplishments this month so far.
Oh yeah.
What? You know all those snakes of Nathan's that came back with me from the barbecue at your
Uh-huh.
place? I finally got the pastel red stripe to take a meal. She finally went on to food. Finally. I think she was at the freaking wall, dude. I think that was the issue.
It could
Because
have
I
been.
threw in a small rat yesterday and she snatched that up like it was nothing.
So these
And then the
two
other
are
thing was I got my zebra bee female to she finally took her first frozen thawed meal.
nice.
She wasn't a live wrap up. She finally took a frozen thaw wrap up.
That's good. That's always a good accomplishment. All right.
Look at that.
Trying to see if like what the difference is here. This one has a little bit more of a off tone. This one's a little bit more yellow in this hand. But I'm gonna get them tested. I'm gonna have Charlie test them, see if they're visuals, because it's tough. They could be they could be killer, killer clowns. They might not be visual.
That's yeah.
They're super similar. I mean, there's slight differences, but it's tough for me to tell. They've only shed once too, and only had like 2 meals, so I gotta give them time. There's no sense in rushing.
But sometimes it's hard not knowing, dude. I'm right there with you. I mean, I like this game. This whole hobby is nothing but patience. But
yeah.
sometimes you just want to freaking know.
That's kind of, that's kind of pretty much it with the hypo clown project. That's kind of where we're at with that. So we stacked that up pretty good. Last year we made a bunch of visual clown het hypo stuff. So this year I made a lot of visual hypo het clown stuff and was lucky enough to hit some of the double visuals. So that was pretty cool. It definitely that hypo chocolate clown definitely puts me years ahead of, in that project where I want to be. So that's awesome. Let's see. Let's look at some lace stuff.
Dude, you were reading my mind, dude. Reading my mind.
I'm in your mind. So we had a pretty nice clutch. This was a Firefly white lace. So everything's lace. To a Mojave pinstripe yellow belly pastel. Couple of the simple jeaners here. We got the yellow belly lace, classic. Everybody always loves a good yellow belly lace. Super clean. Just that the yellows are vibrant. The whole thing over, it just glows. It's so much more vibrant. And then that side pattern, just the way it, yellow belly alone tweaks it out. You throw that lace in there, it's just wow.
That's beautiful, dude. Like,
that's pretty cool for 2 jeans, right?
Oh, hell yeah. What up, Jim? Good to see you, man. Thanks for tuning in. Yes, sir.
What's up, Jim? Simple pastel lace. Nothing too crazy. Just makes it a lot lighter. Really just brings it up again. Once again, the yellows are incredibly toned on the back. And like a distinct line where it goes from like white to a peach. Pretty wild.
Dude, I've noticed it seems like, and correct me if I'm wrong, but lace seems like it starts to make things float on the sides too.
Oh yeah, it definitely works. Yep, definitely works that way.
Because the 2 lace combos that I got from John and Christine, I mean, just the floating pattern alone drew me to them.
Oh yeah, it's wild. I imagine that with like lesser and cypress, it was just the pattern's going to be on the freaking dorsal.
Yeah.
So this is, to the best of my knowledge, Mojave lace fire. It's just really like it's such an interesting tone. It's like a brown, but it's got that darker Mojave tone, but with the lace and the fire just giving it, I don't know, it's hard to explain the color and tone of it.
I was going to say, for whatever reason, it's almost kind of like the snake itself almost looks hazy or something.
Yeah.
Almost like
exactly
what it is.
Yep. So this guy is available. those last 2 females were sold.
Oh, the last 2 females are sold.
Yeah, last 2 were sold.
That doesn't surprise me. I'm noticing lace stuff seems to be a little bit hot at the moment.
A little bit. And then I'll show you. I'll show you the 2. I'll show you the 2 lace. I'll show you the 2 females we're keeping. So this one is just a lemon blast going in the shed. Lemon blast lace. Possible yellow belly. I'm not sure. It might be. It's got some pretty crazy blushing, but then, it's hard to tell on the belly with the lace in there.
Yeah,
but it's a female, so we're gonna hold her back. We don't have many females. It's just a very, very pretty lemon blast. And then this one, I guess it's best.
Look at that.
So it's got the Mojave eye stripes. Obviously it has the pin pattern. It's got lace in it.
Yeah, freaking dorsal on it. Holy shit.
Dude, the thing is wicked. It's like yellow. Like she is wild.
I say it looks like someone just ran a highlighter down her back.
Yep. I think Firefly. I think it's a Firefly Mojave pin lace, and then the yellow belly. I have no idea. Possible yellow belly. It's just there's nothing on the sides. There's very slight pattern on there, but everything just kills it.
Jim said he has a mahogany that he's been trying to figure out what else is in it. He was thinking yellow belly, but seeing the sides on those 2 have him wondering more now.
Could be like lace hidden in there or something. Never know, man. There's some people out there in the earlier days that had lace they didn't even know. So these 2 males are the smoke shows. This one male is very similar to the female I just had out, but he's not as yellow. So obviously the Mojave eye stripes.
Yeah.
Super blushed out head. Got to be Firefly at least. But pinstripe pattern. He's got that neck stripe.
It's not as bright as the other one though.
No, he's not as bright. So not as bright now. So I don't know if maybe he doesn't have yellow belly and that female did. I don't know. I'm not sure. But he's a beautiful, beautiful boy. I just hope he keeps some of that pattern. It's almost like a cheetah pattern, how the pinstripe came through.
Yeah, it is. It's really unique looking.
Well, yeah, the Mojave and pinstripe is a whatchamacallit. What do they call that? Jigsaw.
Okay, yeah.
So that guy's pretty cool. And then his brother is just a whole nother level. I think the brother is pretty much the all-gener. He is just like almost no pattern. he just glows. You can still see his Mojave. You can still see the eye stripes.
Yep.
But
dude, he like literally just like he's like neon.
He's got the neck stripe like the pin. He's got you could very faintly see the pattern that like the last couple had, the Mojave pin, the jigsaw pattern. I don't know if it's coming up or if it's too blushed out.
I think it's just too bright in general. Like I think the camera's having a hard time, or at least for me anyway.
Yeah. It's pretty wild though. I'm pretty sure he's all gener, but it blew him completely out. Hopefully he'll keep some of that pattern as he ages. I don't know. He'll see. He might hang around, but I don't think any of those are posted yet, but they're getting ready to get up there. Some of it, you got to put the probable on it because there's so many genes in there, you're not sure, especially with the yellow belly. Like this is the side of the belly like that. It's freaking wild.
Well, see, I think that's a good business practice, I guess is what I want to say. That you let it be known, hey, this might be in there. I'm not sure.
Right. Yep.
You know what I mean? because there's a lot of I think there are some people out there that would not be as upfront about it.
Mm-hmm.
They would just mark it as that, hoping that it was that. And
right. You know, like I'll straight up, I'll tell you what I see in it. If I don't see it in it, I'm not going to put it in there. But you know, if you're seriously interested about the animal, you got to be upfront and say, well, this is always in a breeding, because you know, like those black pastel Huffman combos. You know, what if lizards in there? I don't want to sell a snake to somebody and they wait 3 years to breed this animal and they pair it with something that has honey or Mojave in it and they get blue-eyed leucistics, you know, and then it's like, well, you know, you got to at least tell them, look, lesser was in the breeding. I can't guarantee it's in there, but looking at the animal, you know,
yeah,
on it. So yeah, that's
Matt wants to know what you're sipping on.
That right there is wine. I'm not sure what flavor or what brand. It's a sweeter one, more of a dessert wine.
Creative Genetics wants to know if you can show him a cinnamon leopard stranger.
I can't show you a cinnamon leopard, but I can show you a leopard stranger. This is the girl I got for Sal's auction.
Oh, okay. That's pretty.
Yeah, she's a pretty girl. Real dark, real pretty silvery eyes. Like, she's got really pretty eyes. Nice dark at the tail, and it's like a little bit of blushing coming through on the tail. She's real pretty. Haven't bothered her much. She just came in on Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, is that the only snake you got from the auction?
Yep. I bid on a couple other ones, but Shannon outbid me. I wasn't about to drop that kind of change on that animal because I don't know. I wasn't that far deep into the project.
Yeah.
And she caught my eye more. She's 66% het clown as well, so you know that test is going out. And then this is my male.
Oh, okay.
My male stranger. I picked him up. As unfortunate it is, you know, you always gotta keep in play. You know, things aren't always going to go as planned. You know, I got this guy last year, and he went to, I don't know, 5 females. Guess what?
Not one clutch?
None of the females went.
Oh, man, that hurts.
I know, right? Every female he went to didn't go. And I'm like, all right, it is what it is, you know? What are you going to do?
Well, now that makes you wonder, was it just bad luck? Was it him?
They were all females that went last year, so I think it's just a cycle thing. I think it was just
they were taking
the draw, you know. Yeah. Luck of the draw is what it is. Yeah.
Creative here says that they put theirs to a cinnamon pastel. They're just not sure if they hit a cinnamon leopard stranger.
DM me. Send me some pictures. I'll give you my, input on it. Never hurts.
So cinnamon leopards are freaking fantastic looking.
I'm sure they're super dark.
Oh, dude, they're freaking... The one I don't know what he looks like now, but as a hatchling, he was phenomenal looking. It's a beautiful, beautiful snake.
Yeah, then imagine adding stranger to that. Jeez.
Make it dark.
Yeah, heck yeah. We had initiative in clutch. I bred a blackhead spot nose to a soul sucker, and I was trying to hit some blackhead soul suckers just to see a darker looking soul sucker. We realized out of like 8 babies, I hit 1 blackhead, and it was a lesser. Everything else was spot nose blackhead, or not blackhead, spot nose lesser, and soul sucker spot noses. So this thing's wicked. This is just a blackhead lesser. Like, I love this little guy.
I like the dashes on the dorsal.
The tones and the chocolates on this guy are like the tones on that Mojave Fire Lace guy. They're just like soft. They're brown. He is really neat. Just a simple little 2G male. I was hoping it was a female. Not that I really need one, but I just love this thing. He's available. Very, very, very reasonable. Soul suckers are pretty neat. They look neat with the spot nose, but they have a bit of a wobble.
Well, I was going to ask you is because I noticed it seemed like they have a little bit of a wobble there. Are they part of the spider complex or?
You're not supposed to breed spot nose and spiders. I don't think they're in the complex, but the Powerball has a wobble. Most of them do, not all.
But I mean, the soul sucker part though, or is that not what's causing the wobble? It's the spot nose that's causing it.
The spot nose is what's causing the wobble. Yeah, the soul sucker is
Okay.
just the hidden gene woma and the lesser.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the spot nose. So I mean, these guys are eating and thriving. They just have that little bit of a spider wobble, and it's pretty neat. They have a wicked like the pattern on these is just it's really wild. It's like little mushroom clouds like blowing up all the way down his body. It's really neat. No spot nose head stamp, but they're pretty neat. So I wanted to see blackhead in that. And of course, that didn't happen.
Oh, there's next year, dude. It's just like it's just like the my double head clutch, dude. That was just. I mean, I knew the odds were long. Like, I knew the odds of hitting it were like, with my luck, not going to happen.
Right.
But I was at least hoping to hit one visual, like either a clown or an exantic. Like, I wasn't going to be picky. I didn't care which one I would have hit. I just wanted to hit one. And I had none. It's just like zero, nothing. All 66%. All four of them were 66% double het, and all had spider. It was either killer bees or just regular spiders.
Nice. Yeah, I didn't know that, Pip. Maybe they might be. I'm not sure. I haven't heard of it, but they might be.
Wait, what's
the latest comment from Pip about the hidden moment spot nose being a lilac?
Oh,
that's interesting. I've never heard that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. Or wait. They knew you not to put the hinging woma a spider. I think. Which then would have
You're not supposed to. Yeah, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that makes sense then. Yeah, but so yeah, that's a little bit of lace. That male was bred to a couple other females, but none went. I did some redhead stuff. That was pretty cool. They turned out pretty good. I'll bring
you want to show off some redhead?
Yeah, definitely. I have no idea. First, let's do that clutch first.
All right, Ashley's saying blackhead and a hidden gene woma are allelic. So
yes, okay. Oh, blackhead and gene woma allelic. So it seems to yeah. Oh, there you go. Well, and Wookie, but no hidden. Oh yeah, hidden gene woma. Okay, all right.
So Wookie's in with the spider complex and chocolate. Interesting.
So these guys, this was a redhead pastel lesser to a the female was what was the female? A pastel ivory. So everything's yellow belly, and then you have just those whole mix of genes in there. So that's a lesser, obviously, but just super clean. Lesser yellow belly. And then, I mean, it's going to be a while. They're going to have to color up and going to have to talk to some people about the redhead, but I don't think this one has it. It's not really screaming.
Bring it up a little bit, Chris. There you go.
Blushing out on me. Camera down a little bit. Sit still. So I mean, it's pretty clean. It's real nice. Got the real nice blushed out head, real soft colors, real clean. And then this one's just really crazy whacked out.
Ooh,
Really
look at that.
blushed out. Yeah, really blushed out. The yellows are more intense. The head has a little bit more pattern to it. Not quite as blushed out as the last one. You can see the yellow belly clearly in that one. So I'm assuming this one's probably got the red head in it. This is probably the pastel yellow belly red head, but I don't know about the lesser. It might be.
Bring it up. There you go.
I keep
No, you're
like
good.
trying to look at the snake. So that one was pretty neat. And these guys, I think these all had one meal, so they're still got time to color up and have another shed at least. So I'm
So
curious.
I
to see
love all the
if they color
blushing
up.
on it.
Yeah, so
That blush is insane.
that was those two. And then this one looks very similar to the first one I showed, but doesn't have quite as much of a blushed out head. But it still has those same lesser tones with the soft blushing on its back.
Yeah.
So I don't like I said, I don't think this has the red head in it. But then this one, it's almost like that second one, but it's a lot more yellow. It's not as blushed out. So I think that might have been a super, the other one. I think this is just a pastel because pastel was on both sides.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Because that other one was just really like faded and tweaked out.
Good night, Eric.
Whereas this one has a little bit more pattern, so just a pastel yellow belly, redhead.
That's beautiful, dude.
Yeah,
I love the colors and the blushings.
Yeah, it's a wild, different palette. It's pretty neat. And then the last two in that clutch. It was a pretty big clutch, so it was a nice sample size. We got the awesome 1 in 1,000 chance to hit, just a straight yellow belly. Whoa.
Oh, at first I thought you were gonna say normal. I was gonna say
couldn't have been a normal. Mine was an ivory.
Oh, okay.
But you never know, man. That would have been that's crazy odds right there, right? That's Partho. Or that's the only way you could get a normals from a Partho.
Yeah.
And then this one's pretty similar to the really crazy one that I think is a super pastel. Once again, another really blushed out head, crazy yellows. This one's like neon. The yellow in it.
Man, that's beautiful looking.
So yellow belly, super pastel, probable. The red head. I don't know if the red head's striping out the back like that. I'm just breaking up the back. This guy wants to run too. I don't think lesser's in this one. I don't know though. You never know with the super pastel and stuff. It doesn't look as blushed out though.
Yeah, I don't think lesser is a big no, I'd say.
Yeah, no, I think that one that was like almost wiped completely out. That might have had the lesser in it. So that was a pretty fun clutch. I was excited for that. I wanted to try to get into some stuff so I could try to start breaking it down and know what I'm looking for in the future when I breed it. And then,
so I think that's the one big thing, like for me at least, still being so new to it all, is I appreciate starting out and making all my combos for the most part, because I get to see how things are interacting with one another, and it allows me to get that ground base as to this is what gene A looks like by itself, and then then it lets me be able to kind of examine what other genes are doing and how they're reacting.
yeah, no, absolutely a build off, but that's how a lot of our multi-codon females, that's how, we built them and raised them up. So this pairing, this was a Enchi Leopard Lesser to a Pastel Cypress Honey Cinnamon.
Oh, honey.
So these two are pretty wicked. Well, the one's really wild. The tones and colors on this one.
That looks almost ultramel like to my
It
eyes.
does. It looks like ultramel. It is wild. The purples and tones on this thing. So leopard, Enchi. I want to say lesser, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, what's the dorsal look like?
Striped. What typical lesser and leopard do.
I was gonna say, yeah.
No pastel.
I bet you.
No pastel. No cinnamon.
I bet you that it is probably leopard lesser.
Leopard lesser, and then cypress or honey. So the pattern's not telling me cypress. It's not. Doesn't have that neck striping. Yeah, a little bit, but I don't know.
Plus, doesn't cypress have more? What I want to say, kind of has more like alien heads, like Mojave does.
Yes and no.
Kind of like a circle with a single eye in it, essentially.
It does, and it brings the pattern up. It brings the pattern up the sides. They float up a little bit, but I don't know if the leopard's fighting it.
Oh, that's true too.
Because you got the lesser in there, and the leopard making it want to stripe. So the cypress might get lost in there.
That's true.
The head's not like super blushed out like a cypress. It has some blushing, but I mean, Enchi, I imagine it's bringing them color tones in.
Well, that, and then there again, you've got the leopard that's just kind of mixing everything up.
Yeah. I love this thing though. The colors on this thing are just wild, so wicked. It's a male. So then this is almost that same thing, but this has the pastel in it.
Yeah.
So I think that's almost the same thing, but I don't think this one has leopard in it. I think this is just pastel lesser.
I don't see leopard in that one.
Pastel lesser honey, or maybe just honey lesser Enchi lesser honey, Enchi lesser pastel. So, like I said, these just shed once too. They need a couple more sheds, but it's definitely got a different tone to it, you know?
Yeah. I like, as much as I'm not an ultramel fan, I like the color of the other one better than this one.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely like it better without the pastel. It's definitely. Oh, jeez, sorry, buddy. Definitely a nice roll right there.
All right. I'm waiting for a comment from John here.
See, I'm not the only one. It happens to everybody.
It happens to the best of us.
And it's crazy to look at that orange and like maroonish one, and then this like hatching next to it.
Well, hell, that's silver.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. So this is the pewter, so cinnamon pastel, and the neck stripe screams cypress. I mean the head blushing, how light it is in the back.
Up. There you go.
Right there. You know, it's got that tone in the back of the head for the cypress. The neck striping is just insane. So it's just a matter of, the honey or any of that other hoopla. But it's pretty wild, almost like a silver streak.
Do you think there's leopard in that one?
I don't know, man. It's tough. It could be. Could be leopard, cinnamon, pastel. It could be all three.
I was gonna say I'm looking at it, and I'm like, normally pewter leopards I can pick out just because I love them, and that one's throwing me for a little bit of a loop. Like I can see what could be leopard, but then I'm not familiar enough with cypress and honey to know what it does with cinnamon and all that stuff.
Right. Yeah, me either. Not sure, not positive. We'll let them color up, get some sheds on them. I think this one's a male too. This one will probably be available.
Were you male heavy this year?
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
No, this one's a female. I'm sorry. This one's a pretty cool female.
I seemed like the beginning clutches were kind of balanced, And then it seemed like here towards the end, I got really male heavy for some reason.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really notice a difference as far as being heavy or light. So then, unfortunately, not unfortunately, but I wasn't thinking when I did that pairing, and I had honey on the one side and lesser on the other, and I didn't realize it till I cut the eggs and had a white snake. But they're distinctly different. This one is like a pied white, like it's like freaking like translucent. It's wild, you know.
Now, is that blue eyes or black eyes?
It has the black eyes with the red, well, silvery eyes with the red pupil.
Oh, okay. So
But
it
it's
gives you
like
a Terminator look.
Yeah, it's like it's white though. Like, but if you really break it apart, you can see some pattern. So I don't know if the camera will pick up that little white spot
Nah,
on the
I'm not.
dorsal.
Oh, wait, I'm seeing something faint. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got some faint spots on it, which are pretty wild. Not much, so I don't know what's doing that, especially up around the neck. It might just be I don't know. I don't know if it's pattern trying to come through, but and then the other one is like just a totally different tone white. I don't know if I can
It's like
hold it together if you can see the difference of the tones.
It's like French vanilla.
Yeah, it's like like a latte almost. It's pretty wild.
It's like French vanilla ice cream.
Yeah, it's wild. It's interesting, and it looks like it has a little bit more pattern to it. So yeah, I don't know if that's the cypress, the cinnamon. I don't know what's making it that different tone. Same color eyes though.
I like the red pupil stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. I forget if these. I think one of these was a female, one was a male. Yeah, so the off-white, the cappuccino one is a female, and I think the lizard-looking one was a male. Well, now they're both girls. Huh. Anybody want a project on them?
You would think that those would move pretty quick, just for an all-white snake with red pupils. That's kind of unique.
Oh yeah, they'll go eventually. Everybody likes the blue eye or the white snakes. Not necessarily blue eyes.
Well, Chris, it's almost been 3 hours, bro.
All right, brother.
I don't know about you. I know we could sit here and we could go till midnight, and it wouldn't be a problem. But at the same token, I think I told you backstage, or was it front stage? I can't remember when I told you. But getting to bed at 2:30.
Oh yeah.
Being back up at 7, plus being up. Hudson, I think he's teething.
Oh yeah, love it.
So he's up all throughout the night, and on the weekends I try to get up and help Kara out a little bit more. So I really didn't get a whole crap ton of sleep, and my coffee that I got is really wearing off all of a sudden, and I'm just starting to drastically crash. It's like, So
that's all good. We went through a lot. Yeah, it's good.
I was gonna say we went through a hell of a lot, dude, and as always, it's always killer looking stuff.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Do this here. Now we're equal size screens for the first time tonight. Everybody can see the mic again.
Fancy
The semi-pro look. If anybody missed it in the beginning, the mic was donated by John Clark from Florida. I do believe he's from. I'd have to look at the address on the box again, but he donated. He had a spare mic sitting around. He thought he enjoys the podcast and the channel that much. He asked me if I'd be interested in having a microphone to do the live. I said, yeah, sure. So he donated a microphone, sent it up here to me free of charge, and just basically as a thank you for producing awesome content that he enjoys. So I appreciate it, John. Thank you very much. It means the world to hear people say on how they enjoy the channel and stuff. It definitely makes doing all this that much more, I don't want to say gratifying. It makes it all the more worthwhile to hear that the time that it takes to do all this is, enjoyed.
Oh yeah.
So I do appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight. Chris, I appreciate you joining me tonight, bro. I always have a blast shooting shit with you.
Yeah, man.
Got to thank the sponsors one more time tonight, though. And we're going to kind of go in a different order. We're going to start off with my brother Chris at B&S Reptilia, everybody. You saw all the killer stuff that he's got cooking up here tonight. And that was only just a small taste of it, too, folks. So definitely make sure if you guys are in the market for an amazing and beautiful ball python, hit Chris up. You need a blood python like you saw, a boa, or some of his awesome colubers like the Mexican black king snakes, the pine snakes, the bull snakes. This man's got you covered. Also, Cocoa to Go and the Chipper. PA's distributor for the best cocoa substrate on the market. And if you need rats and you don't mind either making the drive to Eastern PA or you're close to Eastern PA, Chris can hook you up with some of the best rats out there. And that's I've told him several times, it's like the rats are beautiful and amazing. The packaging, dude, the packaging is where it's at. 110%. I can reach in a bag and pull out one rodent, everybody. One rodent I can pull out at a shot. There's no clumps of rats and having to play Jenga and Tetris and all that stuff.
Pull 30 of them out and only get 10 of them back in.
Oh, dude. Or the thing I always hated is when you go, like, it's more with the pups. You go, you go to take one pup out, okay? And you end up with like 20 pups attached to that one. And you're trying to wiggle it out of there, and it's like you're trying to be so careful, and until you're all said and done, you come out with a legless rat. It's just like,
or no tail.
And then you go and you thaw one. The next time, if you need a whole mess of them, you just unthaw the whole mess. And then you're left with like 2 feet, or like there's always a couple feet left in the bag. It's like, come on.
Sprinkles.
But with everybody, with how Chris packages his stuff, it is legit the nicest packaging that I have ever seen for rats. So
Thank you.
Appreciate the attention to detail, bro, on that one. And then we've got our brother Nathan at Infinite Possible Pythons, everybody. If you want to get into the Bang project, this is the man to go to for that project. He's just blazing the trail with that project. Definitely some beautiful stuff in the works and coming up. I know he's been showing off a Bang Pied here and there, and it's definitely beautiful stuff, folks. So keep an eye out on the Bang Gene. If you want to get into it, hit Nathan up. Also,
Bang Daddy.
Lace, or not, he's got Nathan's got some lace. He's got just a bunch of beautiful projects going with all Python stuff, folks. Not gonna lie. Corn snakes, kahua geckos, lychee geckos, crested geckos. Nathan's got you covered on some of that stuff as well, too. Not exactly. I should find out what genes he's working with on the cresties, because that's kind of important, I guess. This is what I'm on I'm using a touchpad, everybody, instead of my mouse. But hit Nathan up if you're interested in any of that. Also, branding needs. If you need any branding needs, the big backdrops for shows, the tablecloths, business cards, merch, like shirts, hats, hoodies. We're getting into the hoodie season. I mean, I busted my hoodie out yesterday morning. I was like, yes, thank God it's hoodie season. I can finally stop wearing out my t-shirts. I can start wearing out the hoodies a little bit now. Hit Nathan up. Stickers even. Chris gets his stickers from Nathan, correct? If I'm not mistaken.
I get everything from Nathan, promotional wise.
Let's see. Right there. Oh. Right there. Satisfied customer. If it wasn't good stuff, we wouldn't be going to Nathan for it.
Speaking of which, he owes me shirts. I got to call him.
Sorry, Nathan.
This guy.
But definitely hit Nathan up, everybody. He is your one-stop shop for all your branding needs. And we've got John and Christine at Triforce Morphs. If you can't find it there at Triforce, folks, I don't know where to tell you to go.
Yeah.
They're just working with just about everything under the sun as far as the genes. Very heavily focused in the Citron Clown Pied project. So make sure if that's something you're interested in, hit them up. Also, Matters. The Matter project, like the Gray Matters, absolutely beautiful snakes. And lace. They have some of the best lace I've ever seen.
Yeah, they have a lot of nice lace.
some of it found its way here, and I'm happy it did. But definitely hit John and Christine up at Triforce Morse. Plus, they've got some crested geckos as well, and do believe they have some gargoyle geckos working too. So definitely hit them up if you're in the market for any of that stuff, and let them know I sent you. And Triforce Morse is a force to be reckoned with, everybody. And we gotta scroll down here a little bit. We're gonna run some clips now, real quick, everybody.
Gettysburg Reptile Expo LLC is located at the All-Star Event Complex in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. It's a 45,000 square foot venue with 125 plus vendors and top quality breeders, along with 270 plus tables. If you're looking for a python, boa, colubrid, gecko, lizard, or amphibian, you've come to the right place. Doesn't matter if you're a breeder looking for that missing piece to your project or a pet owner looking for your next scaly friend, Gettysburg Reptile Expo LLC has you covered. Need an incubator or rack system? They have you covered with sea serpents set up there to meet all your needs. The next show dates are November 11th of 2023, March 23rd, and July 20th of 2024. Show times are from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Make sure to check them out on their website, Instagram, and Facebook. Mark your calendars because this is one show you don't want to miss. So I'll see you at Gettysburg Reptile Expo LLC.
And last but certainly not least, I had to do this because Danny was first.
Are you ready to take it to the next level? Then check out DTMG Pythons. Danny is best known for his awesome clown ball python projects. This year's focus is Confusion, Hurricane, and Disco Inferno clowns. He also specializes in high-end crested gecko morphs such as Exantic, Lily White, and Exantic Lily Whites, along with the Deadpool line of gargoyle geckos. Check out his morph market and Instagram, DTMG Pythons. Just buy it.
You heard it, folks. Just buy it. And I do believe the second part to that is it's easier to ask for forgiveness.
That's
so you be the judge of that, everybody. If you do get in trouble, don't send the wife to me, please. I get in enough trouble as it is. Use code WARFUL10. It'll get you 10% off of your purchase from these awesome sponsors, everybody. It was definitely awesome to work out a little promo code. Plus, it helps them know that, people that are watching the show are going to them. So, use that code. Let them know that you saw it here. Really appreciate it, everybody. Let's see here. And then, I can't wait to be able to use my mouse next week. Oh, dude, this touchpad, no bueno, dude. No bueno. And don't forget, Husbandry Pro, folks. Click the affiliate link in the description down below. Scan this QR code. Free 30-day trial of the best reptile record-keeping and tracking software on the market today. It's not just for ball pythons, folks. It's for anything. You can customize it. You keep track of whatever you want to keep track of, basically. Absolutely it saves me so much time. It's super efficient, and it's worth every freaking penny. And at shows, it adds a nice professional look to your show display as well. You don't have to write on your display cases anymore. You just stick a little piece of Velcro there, put the card on there, and you're good to go. And it allows your customers to be able to scan it with their phone, and it answers basically any questions that they may have, in all honesty. So it actually saves you time at the shows. Everybody always asks questions, but a lot of those questions you may stumble on, where you can just say, scan the QR code, and it'll tell you everything you want to know. So that's it, everybody. I greatly appreciate it. Next week will be Holly from Texoma Exotics. It's going to be a great live having Holly on. We're going to get to hear a little bit of her story instead of having her interview people. She'll finally be interviewed. So it'll be fun having her on. I'm looking forward to it. Bro, thanks again for coming on tonight. I really appreciate it. I love hanging out with you.
You man.
And this week's video, everybody, I have no idea what the hell it is. I'm not going to lie. I don't know what I'm going to put out there. It's probably all the clutch cuttings are done. So it's got to be an update of something. You got clutch. It could be an update from 4 to 7. You take your pick. You'll find out Wednesday. Let's see here. Thank you, Malaysia. Greatly appreciate it. Jason, good night. Jim, thank you. everybody, again, thank you so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. All your support, and like it truly means the world to me. I really do. And we will catch you next week here. And make sure you guys stay tuned for updates on the auction. Maybe I'll try to see if Danny can't shoot me a list over of what he's going to be putting up, and I'll try to do something fancy like Jessica does for the holdback rack. I don't know.
Get you a pics of a few things, man. Promote it throughout the week.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, buddy.
That's very true. But all right, everybody, have a great rest of your week. I greatly appreciate it. Chris, hang out here 1 second, bro.
Yep.
I'll catch you later. See ya.
Night.